Oh, welcome everybody. This is the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 66. I'm Alex. I got here Pink.
A?
We got Addy the Trash Man.
Garbage!
Garbage, exactly. Once an episode. Gotta get it in. And we have Volcano again.
Hey!
Do we know if this is going to be, if we are going to try to make this a weekly thing, or is this just like, 2 weeks in a row you want to be guest?
Well,
It wasn't 2 weeks in a row because she missed on the last week because she was sick.
Yeah.
My perception of time is difficult.
Nah. It's
Alexis'
gonna
perception of-
alternate. 1 week on, 1 week off.
whenever.
Alright, just whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever she feels like it. She makes the rules around here.
Oh.
Was that freaking Shakira song? Whatever.
You know what?
Something.
I'm not much of a Shakira expert. I think you guys are the residing Shakira experts on this podcast.
Let me look it up.
Oh.
I mean, you don't really have to. You're kind of choosing to.
I think it'd be whenever,
Oh.
wherever, and not whatever.
Yeah.
Because whatever is
Yeah.
kind of
I was trying to say whatever, not whatever.
dismissive.
No, I'm like, I enjoy it, so I would continue.
Speaking of things
Oh,
to
it-
start with SH,
Alright, it is whenever, wherever we're meant to be together. There we go.
all right, just sing the whole song, why don't you? Don't. I was joking.
Layla, lay. There you go.
I knew you. At least one of you guys was ready and waiting on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, who wants to hear some good superhero movie news from the DC end for once?
For once, I'm all ears.
Another trailer for Shazam came out. It still looks really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had just finished watching the trailer before we started the podcast, and it looks really fun.
Which
I'm excited.
that's a thing that's lacking in DC movies. Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a DC movie at all, and that's its greatest selling point right now.
Well, it
It
looks
is- it-
it looks
it
like
even-
DC, but not the DC movies. It looks more like a proper
Right.
comic book movie. You know?
Yes.
Yes.
I was about to say, it looks so much like an on-DC movie that it even has Slip of Superman in it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm kind of sad though. They didn't go with the tiny little like half cape that she's the stupid ass cape. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Well, that and Dr. Sivana looks like a very, very, very generic villain. But DC,
I mean, the actor looks like
Yeah.
a very generic villain, though, so
that poor bastard,
I'm not sure what more they could have done.
poor Mark Strong.
Yeah, wasn't he Sinestro in
He-
the Green Lantern movie?
He was Sinestro.
He's all the DC villains now.
Oh, that's really sad because he'd actually make a great Lex Luthor.
Oh
He's
my
already
God.
bald.
Oh.
Instead, we got what's his face, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. Oh.
That caused pain for Volcano.
Yes.
Caused pain for all of us.
I Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman might be one of the worst cases I've ever seen of a character that was transparently designed to make lightning strike twice. Because he wasn't Luthor, he was rich Heath Ledger Joker.
Right.
So Heath Ledger Joker.
Well,
Didn't he have the Heath Ledger Joker hair as well?
he did.
Before he got
did.
it shaved by Batman.
The exact same hairstyle, come to think of it. I guess Ledger Joker was rich off mob money, wasn't he?
Yeah, kinda. From what I
Until he
remember.
burned it all.
Yeah. Everything burns.
Even his life.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess we're going there. Yeah, poor old Mark Strong. Kingsman is the only film where he gets to play a good guy. Everything else.
Yep.
I hope that by the end of the movie we get tiny little frail old man Sylvana, because right now he's fucking Superman for some reason. I guess I don't know. Why would they make Sylvana a big tough guy? Because they're gonna have Shazam fight Black Adam at some point, and that's when we'll get our big battle of the supers.
Right.
Instead of Black Adam, we will get what was it? Red Dawn Superman, or which one it was, the communist one?
That would be really
the Red
interesting.
Sun.
That would actually be really interesting. It would. I don't think we're getting much of that alternate universe stuff though, except Flashpoint. Are they still working
Yeah.
on Flashpoint?
When last I heard, that was a plan. I don't know if anything's been canceled or whatnot.
They still need to go with that as the plan to recast Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
We recast Flash as well.
Oh, unfortunately, Barry's the only one who goes through Flashpoint without much change. So everybody else, though, whew. It looks like they're having definitely the kind of sense of humor that Marvel's more known for right now, and they're emphasizing it even more. Which I think with Shazam, you kind of gotta lay on the comedy.
Right.
Not only because he's a kid, but because the character goes back to the golden age, and he was goofy even back then, way back when Superman and Batman were both relatively serious.
Right.
Because, what we think of Superman as goody two-shoes back in the day, of course, he was more, your guy who goes after wife beaters and what have you.
And throws them into the sun.
Yeah. And Shazam was more so your goody two-shoes who's like, I'm gonna fight a big robot. Yay.
Right.
Superman was your goody two-shoes who picked up the plant and then threw it into the sun.
I mean, is there really any problem that can't be solved by throwing it into the sun?
Housing?
No. Okay, so housing. To solve housing inequality, take everyone who has a house and throw their house into the sun. Now everyone is homeless. Housing inequality is solved.
Not housing inequality. Superman would have nowhere to live, is my point.
He can throw his house into the sun too. Superman's egalitarian.
I guess.
If one's going hungry, we're all going hungry. And I mean, the Fortress of Solitude.
Hunger by yeah.
The Fortress of Solitude is in the Arctic, so just throw it, and it's gonna melt real easy.
What global warming?
Oh, you know what? The easiest would just be Superman brings the sun to us.
You can't global warm if there's no water.
Yeah. Would it even be like, even if you were someone who is stupid invincible like Superman, would it even be possible to physically like move the sun? It's not even close to solid, right? It's just a constant nuclear fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not possible.
Maybe you could maybe
if he blew on it hard enough.
Or maybe if you can somehow survive the heat, maybe you could move the center of the sun.
I don't think the sun has a center, does it?
Wasn't there a black hole or something like that in the center of the sun? I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Or like near the center of the sun, anyway.
Science. I like how I'm asking these questions full well knowing I'm the dumb one here. So what we need to do is we need to move the houses to the bottom of the ocean where they'll melt.
We need to.
Because it's hot.
Oh yeah.
Or no, it's cold at the bottom of the ocean. Wait, I'm getting the memes wrong. Hang on.
No, you need to move the houses down to the bottom of the sea, so Aquaman can deal with that shit. You don't have to.
That's probably one of my favorite things. Superheroes being lazy and offloading shit onto the other guys. Yeah. So, I'm gonna be honest, it's actually been a full week since I've watched the Shazam trailer. So I'm having trouble remembering specific aspects. Pink, is there anything you want to remark on it since you just watched? I think you've probably watched it the most recently out of us.
Probably. So, I think one moment that really stands out to me in that trailer apart from their very MCU type of trying to figure out all of Shazam's powers, I like how you were spot on way back when you said Shazam was probably ordering a beer in that gas station, because that's exactly what he tried to do.
Right. Oh, you know what? Here's what I remember. That whole bit with him accidentally blowing up the bus, but saving the day anyways, and he's like, "I saved the bus," and everyone else is like, "But you caused it."
Right.
Was that a dig at Man of Steel?
There are probably a lot of digs of Man of Steel in there.
Yeah. I'd like. You know what will be the best dig at Man of Steel? Have a poster of Henry Cavill up somewhere, and have Shazam draw a stupid little mustache and glasses on it with a marker. Just make it as immature as possible, and just put the word "fart" on the side.
Oh my goodness.
Shazam's 15, but we'll pretend he's 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Give him a Hitler stash,
Yeah.
as is tradition.
I mean, he kind of committed genocide on Metropolis. Oh, man. That was such a weird movie, in hindsight. Hopefully, Shazam presents a brighter future for DC.
Right.
Then again, they've got James Gunn working on Suicide Squad 2, and it looks like now that he's done with Marvel, James Gunn is going full back into Crazy Town, you know?
I didn't know him before not Crazy Town, before Marvel, so I don't know what he did before that.
That's a Crazy Town.
I know he did the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
He did?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Suicide Squad 2 is gonna be awesome.
Okay, gang, let's split up.
Yeah. I want that now. Just make a Scooby-Doo movie, but they've all been replaced with DC villains.
For some reason, they have like Raven the Hunter or somebody with animals, so they can also have a freaking talking dog.
Yeah. No,
But
Scooby's just
Is there
replaced
a
with
DC
Cheetah.
equivalent to Craven?
But then who would be who? Like freaking Harley would be Daphne.
Harley would be Daphne, and Deadshot
Right.
would be Fred.
Who else?
Captain Boomerang's the coward, so he'd be Shaggy.
Yeah.
I don't even know who's in the Suicide Squad, so
I don't blame you.
who would be Velma?
Katana, maybe? Katana's the only good one, and Velma was the only smart one, so hey. Between
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I guess so.
They both have one defining quality.
Yeah.
Who would be Shaggy Doo? Or Shaggy the Scrappy
Shaggy
Doo?
Doo.
Shaggy Doo.
That's Shaggy.
I'm imagining a smaller Shaggy that's equally as annoying as Scrappy Doo was.
Oh my gosh.
I'm crying. Nadia.
All right, Scrappy was let's go. Which was the shittiest Suicide Squad member? Was it Enchantress?
Shaggy,
It was probably
Shaggy Doo is my fanfic.
Was Enchantress even a part of the Suicide Squad?
Technically,
Well, I think she was. I think
feel
in
like
the
the
comics.
Doctor Lady or her alter ego might have been on it, but I feel like the Enchantress part was something entirely different that wasn't actually on the team. But I don't know it. It's been like several years since I even saw Suicide Squad, and I don't even remember all that much about it, so I could be very wrong here.
in the comics, she was definitely part of the squad, and I think she was also nailing Killer Croc somehow. I don't know. I don't want to know how that works.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Magic.
Honestly, in that situation, I'd almost feel worse for Croc. Yeah. But in the movie, it was like, all right, so we'll assemble the squad, and Enchantress will be on it. And then, like, fucking 20 minutes into the movie, Enchantress turns on them and becomes the main villain. It's like, all right, well, that worked well.
What even was the purpose of the squad at this point?
I want to talk, but I
They
can't
have
stop
fun.
laughing.
The purpose of the squad just wound up being cleaning up Amanda Waller's mistakes. Oh man, Amanda Waller in that movie may be one of the worst handlings of a comic book character I've seen in a movie. Gosh.
Right.
Such
So
a
bad
great...
that I actually forgot she was even in it.
Well, she didn't look like herself.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that explains it.
So now that I can actually speak again, Scrappy Doo would be Will Smith. Just spread out Will Smith.
Deadshot
Will Smith does not return as Deadshot, but comes back to be Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
Do we want to skip ahead in topics? Because this is actually fitting now.
Yeah.
So, hey, Deadshot and Will Smith actually aren't one and the same now, so Addie's theory can work. So, supposedly they're thinking they want Idris Elba to replace Will Smith as Deadshot. And this could be really interesting if Will Smith had not already been Deadshot. Because...
it's... I don't know what to think about this, because... I was like, on one hand, it's nice to know that they're not completely rebooting the Suicide Squad. On the other, I mean, maybe they should have.
Margot Robbie and the guy who played Croc, they can stay. Everyone else, leave. Get out. Just get out. You're all fired. Go to your cars, drive home to your mansions, and cry into your piles of money.
But you know what? You know what the connection to the Scooby-Doo movies means? We know the villain.
Oh,
It's Scrappy Doo.
It's Mr. Bean.
Oh.
Being controlled by Will Smith.
And hang on, didn't one of those live-action Scooby-Doo movies end with Scrappy turning into the Hulk?
yes.
And
I think it was the same one in which he was controlling Mr. Bean, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
think he
it
came back for
was.
sequels.
Nope.
And it was really awful-looking CG.
Yeah.
And you know what is also...
1999 CG.
You know what is also awful-looking CG? Genie in the new Aladdin movie.
Yeah.
On topic here.
Yeah. So...
Everything lines up. This is confirmed. Suicide Squad 2 is just a remake of the second Scooby-Doo live-action movie.
Addie's on a whole nother level here. Addie's seeing, the code behind reality. Addie's going on the full Dr. Manhattan thing here.
I'm that office meme.
You say Office, I say Watchmen. Yeah. They're
I only
say
I say Office because that's the one meme that I know that looks like the thing that I imagined.
So Idris Elba's Deadshot could work. Idris Elba seems like the kind of talented actor that could work any role, you know?
Right.
He's one of those guys like Gary Oldman where it's like, he's been cast as whatever, and I'm like, yeah, it'll work. But Will Smith has already turned Deadshot into an entirely different beast than he is in the comics.
Yeah. I think my only big issue here with having a guy like Idris Elba being Deadshot is that Will Smith's Deadshot was very static, and I would prefer they get a more acrobatic adaptation of a Deadshot character.
I kind of like a Deadshot that just stays the fuck away from everyone else, and he's just in the back with a rifle.
That'd be nice as well.
Either go
they
for
need
the
to
risk
do
guns or
something
don't.
that makes him actually stand out as Deadshot the character.
There were not enough trick shots in the first Suicide Squad movie.
No.
They got one at the very beginning, and after that, Deadshot the entire time was shooting straight head on. Deadshot's entire thing is trick shots. Why would they not do that?
Alright, I can't find the meme that I was looking for. Well, shit.
Addie, you have failed us. What are we paying you for, Addie?
The memes have failed him.
The issue is that it's a... Yeah?
You go ahead. I was going to go back to a point Pink was previously talking about.
The issue is that it's like an older meme, and I don't know the name of it. So...
Oh, yeah, that's what I hate. Just describing the meme in ambiguous terms. just hoping to God it'll bring something up, but it just brings up other shit.
Yeah.
It's really bad when it brings up, like, really freaky stuff, you know? It's like, why was this porn? Huh?
Rule 34.
Yeah.
Rule 34. Why wasn't this porn? Is the correct question on the internet.
On the internet, there is nothing that is not porn. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
When you say, why wasn't this porn, it has to not be porn in the first place. And such a thing does not exist on the internet. Everything you have that is good and pure and innocent, they will ruin it. The site 4chan exists.
I just remembered the regrets, and then I realized that there are people with diaper fetishes. And
Oh no. Okay. Let's go back. Let's rewind this back and go down let's rewind the timeline and take a different choice, shall we?
Give me a second. Put up a timestamp.
No, sir.
Reload the save state.
Reload the save state. Go back. I ain't having none of this, Addy. I don't want to know what you're gonna fucking post, and I ain't having none of that shit. This is a family podcast right here.
Let me see if I can. Nope, I cannot find a picture of it.
Thank
so
God.
I guess we're gonna have to go with the YouTube link.
Oh no, you don't. Yeah, we're not gonna have this YouTube video linking to another YouTube video. YouTubeception bullshit.
Whatever. I'll just freaking make a picture myself.
Are you going to draw porn? Is that what you're saying?
He's opening a Microsoft Paint right now. Just scribble out a quick picture.
I make two balls on a line, and it's a dick.
It is whatever you say it is in Microsoft Paint. It's got to be abstract art. You're gonna have to tell them what it is, and then they're like, "Oh, I see it." They don't see it, but they'll tell you they do.
Yeah. Right.
So what Pink was saying, Will Smith's Deadshot was a static character, very much, and right?
It's rewind time.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, I've got to put that in the video. All right, the Deadshot in the comics. I mean, Deadshot in the comics is still kind of a static character, if we're being honest.
Right.
But at least he has the whole issue of his kids, of course, that Will Smith did in the movies. But he also has the whole issue of the fact that he knows that he's a bad person. And his entire life he's been dealing with the fact that he's a bad person, and he continues to act that way.
Principal thieves and crooks.
Yeah. Well, in contrast to, villains who feel bad about what they do and change their ways, or feel bad about what they do and try to have some standards about their work. Like, Deadshot knows he's in the wrong. He just continues to be a shithead.
I thought you were talking about Will Smith.
Oh, what the fuck did you think I was talking about this entire time? You thought I was talking about the fucking character arc of Will Smith? As a person or as Deadshot? That's important information. As a person or as Deadshot?
As a person.
If there is any person in Hollywood that is lacking self-awareness in the modern day, Addy, it is Will Smith. Are you kidding? He's in the top 10 for no self-awareness in Hollywood. You got Will Smith, maybe Nick Cage. Do you think Nick Cage has reached the point of self-awareness yet?
Because, like you said that he has the thing he did with his kids. And I was like, okay, now he's talking about Will Smith.
Well, if I were Will Smith, I would feel pretty guilty about my kids, but not for something I did.
I mean, he put them in those movies, so...
Man, remember Karate Kid?
I do. I watched that.
So did I, and it made me sad.
Jackie Chan was there, though, and Jackie Chan's fun, at least.
Yeah. Remember the theme song? Sung by Justin Bieber? Justin Bieber? I don't know
what were you going for there?
What are words? What are words?
Addie has broken today.
Addie has gained too much information about reality. Addie has seen into the void, and the void has seen into him.
The Matrix is breaking.
The Matrix. Oh, Jesus. This is a good podcast today, folks.
Right. No. Do you remember the theme sung by Bieber?
That's what you're trying to say, Bieber? No,
Yeah.
I don't. I remember there being a shitty rap song, but I mean, that's Justin Bieber in general.
Is Justin Bieber a rapper?
He
No.
is now.
No.
He is now?
now,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. I haven't paid attention to him in years.
He tries to act like he's got gangster cred now.
But he's Canadian.
He's Canadian and he's a pretty boy.
That disqualifies him from everything.
Yeah.
I await Justin Bieber's cover of Informer.
Oh, man.
Then again, Snow actually had more rights to that song, just because he actually grew up in a ghetto among Jamaican people, so it kind of makes sense that he would sing it or rap like that. So, Will Smith.
I'm trying to look up. There was something, I believe, where James Gunn's script has actually got like something of a working title for Suicide Squad. Oh, two. I'm typing up bacon.
Suicide Squad 2. Electric Villain.
So Gunn being with Suicide Squad 2 is actually official now?
Yes, he is writing the script.
All right.
I'm trying. It was recent. It was like in the last 2 days that they said the. Okay, yeah, I can't find it. So, actually, I did find it. Okay, never mind. The working title is El Dorado.
El Dorado.
I look forward to part 3, Suicide Squad 3, the story of El Torito.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's the best you can do, Addy?
Yes. Look, I got burned out. Just 5 seconds ago. My mind needs to reboot.
He short-circuited just a little while ago. We needed to let him reset himself.
Addy restarting in 5, 4, 3.
Did you turn it on and off again?
It would be really freaky if Addy made this fucking Windows 95 booting up noise. Addy running on Windows 95. Ooh.
I don't know, Windows ME. Was that the one that was released in 2000?
I don't remember. I think I had Vista or XP for however long. I can't. When did they start using numbers again? Was 7?
I don't have the slightest clue.
With 7.
Okay. And now we're up to 10. And it's not a dumpster fire. Hooray! It's better than the last 2, and that's not saying much. Speaking of dumpster fires, so they've revealed the Sonic design for the live-action movie, and welcome back to the nightmare.
Oh, whoa, he's not wearing gloves.
Give me
No.
a second.
He's not. The fact that he has
It sucks.
he has human proportions is what gets me.
It sucks that I can't just blow this image up, so you're gonna have to blow this up and edit for me. But put up a timestamp.
Okay, well, this is gonna be some freaky shit, isn't it? Alright.
Alright, let's hope that... Alright. Wait, that's cool!
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's just a fucking close in on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting something a lot worse.
I'm no miracle worker. Dude. I can't edit shit this fast.
Oh.
You should have zoomed in way closer so everything's really pixelated and it's just his two eyes and nose.
That's what I wanted to do, but I couldn't. This is why
Oh.
it has to zoom in post for me.
Sonic really doesn't look like Sonic when the two eyes aren't really merged.
Right.
Which,
Oh
I
my
mean, it is pretty
gosh.
freaky that the regular Sonic design has his eyes merged, but you know. Flashbacks to Sonic Dream Collection.
Yeah, Pink experience firsthand.
That was our Halloween special.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Oh.
You should watch it, Volcano. It was fun.
All right. Yeah.
We went through war.
Now, hang on. Is that a Hungarian pronunciation of a W, or...
No, it's an
I heard we went through war. And
It's a normal
I was
V.
inclined to agree, but I think both cases are true. I just googled up a picture of Sonic because I didn't remember what his eyes looked like, but yeah, that is weird.
It looks like he's got one eyelid in the middle that he's just pushing down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now he's got two eyes. Like, what a freak.
Yeah, he's kind of
What a
looking like a
freak.
Disney character. It's freaking me out.
A really poorly designed Disney character.
Yeah, but like the eyes, not the rest of it. Just the eyes. I'm like, no, that's not Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expect his pupils to be bigger, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the creator of Fast and the Furious is OC Snoik.
Like, in all these little Sonic pictures that I'm looking at, his pupils are more oval. They're almost like cat eyes.
Yeah,
Right.
because he's possessed by the evil nine-tailed fox.
Is he?
No,
It's a Naruto reference. You shithead. I mean, really, when you think about it, with animals, the bigger their pupils are, the cuter they look. Because, I mean, what are the cutest dogs? The ones with tiny eyes and massive pupils. The thing that gets me here, like, what I've seen pointed out that I think is probably the most accurate about what's eerie about this design is the fact that they went with a vaguely human-looking, like, a much more human-looking, body structure than video game Sonic.
Right.
So it
So they
looks
went the-
more
so
like
they
he's
went the
naked.
Sonic- so they went with the Sonic Boom route.
Yes.
I
But
kept
this-
scrolling down, expecting the Sonic's body to load in, and I'm like, oh right.
Yeah. I mean, Sonic at least is wearing, like, the bandana and the gloves. So at least he's wearing
Right.
something. This is just shoes, and that's it. By the way, can I point out, the shoes have a fucking Nike logo on them.
Well, yeah. Nike makes you
Too
run
realistic.
faster. Alright, so this has nothing to do with the podcast, but
Okay, here's the problem.
Yeah.
So, some people brought up that they think that because it's an actual real-life shoe that he's wearing, that Sonic will go into the real world. Firstly, he's going to be in the real world, which is a problem enough on its face. But he's going to go into the real world, and he's going to need shoes. Are we going to get a fucking Sonic design with feet? Again,
Oh no.
flashbacks to Sonic Dream Collection. I'm trying my hardest to bring out Pink's PTSD here.
So, yeah, but when he goes to find those shoes, is it just gonna basically be a Nike commercial? You think?
yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh, yes.
they're not gonna go to any old shoe store. They're gonna go to one of the Nike outlets. You know?
So this picture has nothing to do with the podcast, but oh Lottie, come in.
Oh jeez.
Oh Lord, he coming.
All right. Well. Yeah.
That cat has been through some serious things.
You say that cat's been through some serious things. I think it's just the cat's day off. Cat lives alone, so it's just enjoying lounging around in its underwear on the floor next to piles of
Next to
food.
his food bowls as well. That's
I know,
that's quite
oh my
hilarious.
That's the life there. Just laying yourself on the floor, eating
Living the dream.
in your underwear.
Like, yeah, as for the Sonic designs, I would have never taken.
Fat
So
Sonic.
put up a timestamp. No, put up a timestamp.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?
It's pictures of hedgehogs.
Okay, actual pictures of hedge. Oh, no, that's bad. That's bad. You lied. That's bad.
I think it looks cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of naked animals, you know. The
My
hairless ones.
favorite naked animal picture is a picture of a furless bear. Because it just looks like this, but bigger.
Bigger and angrier.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like an aardvark there, just with tiny ears.
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
put another timestamp.
Hang on. All right, go. Oh,
So there's another bit of power up.
Sonic's done. Sonic's done with this running shit. He's going kayaking. This is the real way to travel. Oh man, the Sonic thing is gonna be weird up until we see Jim Carrey Eggman, I bet, and then Jim Carrey Eggman is gonna beat it real bad.
Oh, I found the picture of the naked bear.
Well, that's not
Put
something
another
I was
timestamp.
expecting you to hear about today.
Put another timestamp. I don't know what this bear went through, but it's not. I don't think it likes it.
Okay, that's a little different. He's still got hair on the. It looks like Richard
Yeah.
Nixon. Okay. It's got hair specifically in the patterns of a human would. Like a human going through balding. With
I'm
a
not sure what
massive crow's peak.
Like I don't know what happened with this bear. That either it A got furless or B had this much fur still stick on.
This looks like it. The fact that there's a brick wall in the background makes me think this is human. This is a human choice. Some fucking zoo owner was like, at some point, like, man, wouldn't it be really funny if we just shaved all of the fur off a bear except for the parts where human hair would be?
Called him Bear Barber. Like, yeah, can you take everything off but his face?
They don't even tranquilize him first. The barber's got to be real talented.
Yeah. The barber
He's trivia innovating bear slashes.
the barber works with the Scottish claymore.
You gotta be real precise there. You can either take off some fur or you can take off a leg. Ooh. Oh man, I'm spitting all over the screen here.
It's embarrassing, I tell you.
Oh god. So is anyone going to watch that actual Sonic movie when it comes out?
Probably my niece. So that means probably me.
Oh no. I was saying that hoping we'd get a rousing round of no's, but nope. Addie's going to have to suffer.
Addie's committed now. He's got to see it. He's got to see it for us, for the podcast, for content.
I need to see the part where Sonic shits his freaking
His pants?
no.
He's not wearing
He
pants.
has no pants.
Yes.
Like we need
Is that
I
why
need to
Sonic's
see the
naked all the time, so he can just take shits on the road?
yeah, he's like the wizard. He's like the wizards of Harry Potter. He just takes the shit and then magics it away.
Oh god, I forgot about that lore. Now, hang on. What I always thought with that is, wouldn't it be smarter for them to just take it out of their bowels before they shit it out?
Nah, too much work.
Harry Potter wizards, it's too much work. It's like fucking Voldemort trying to cast a spell on baby Harry when it's a baby. You can pick it up and throw it out the fucking window, Voldemort. It's a baby.
Baby Harry casts the shit teleportation spell and makes shit appear above Voldemort.
Oh, when it's baby poo, so it's all green and rancid and stuff.
Yeah. Right,
Voldemort's
so
gonna get back with half his face covered in blood and half his face covered in baby poo, And the Death Eaters are all gonna be like, what the fuck happened?
But yeah, the thing about the Sonic movie is that I didn't need to watch the scene where Sonic shits his diaper and then gets eaten.
I'm sorry? I feel like I should have the context for that, but I don't.
Sonic is already a fetish series, so why not?
Okay, so it's just something somebody masturbated.
Yeah.
Alright. Blockbuster, there's one Blockbuster left on the entire planet now.
Yeah. Guess where it's at?
White Russia. In the middle.
Siberia.
That,
You
that
go
would
through
be
the
impressive.
Siberian desert and there's just a Blockbuster in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
and it still has like new quality Nintendo and Super Nintendo stuff.
There's staff in there with popcorn. That's how they
Yeah.
survive. They eat the popcorn and the candy. Speaking of living the
Where,
life.
where do you get the popcorn? We don't know. It just appeared.
I don't know. Maybe it's something about all those people that died in that gulag over on the other side. I don't know. Russian
You know this
ghosts. They make popcorn.
You know this popcorn is really crunchy.
It tastes a little bit like when I bite my tongue. Yeah. I could swear the popcorn machine, like the little thing, the little popper. I could have swear it was looking at me the other day. I don't know what's going on.
You know, it was only weird when a hand came up with a bag of popcorn. Through it.
Is it just
A
me
bag
or
of
all the
already made
candy
popcorn.
boxes staring at me? All the people on the little mascots on the candy boxes. Willy Wonka is just staring me directly in the eyes. He's following me around the room. Is that a new feature they put on the candy boxes? They put those little hologram things on?
And it's like, and the candy has gone past this before the freaking Second World War started.
Oh, I was Googling the lone Blockbuster, and it says statistically, people typically spend 15 minutes here. You'd think for such a rousing tourist attraction, people would spend a lot more time there, but nope.
I mean, what do they have to offer?
I have no idea. What's a Blockbuster?
Ancient peoples used these to spread the stories and history of their people.
In the age of Egyptians, the pharaohs fought their card games here.
Let my movies go! Okay, so who here actually remembers Blockbusters? Because I do.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do.
They definitely existed at one point.
Yeah. I was there when ours was closing. We were getting the last of the movies.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say you were getting the last Airbender. That's...
Return your copy. Go to the one last Blockbuster and return that copy. I'd like a refund, sir. Oh.
You know, there's a last Airbender, and now there's a last Blockbuster as well. How's this gonna go down?
The Fire Nation will attack.
They already did. That's why there's only one.
The Netflix
Oh my
Nation
gosh.
attacked.
The Fire
Oh my
Nation was a
gosh.
Netflix.
And this one last Blockbuster pulls it off. It goes and it's a last minute comeback right here. Blockbuster spreads across the nation once more.
And then and then the shitty sequel comes and there'll be Netbuster.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna have to defer to Pink there, our resident Avatar and lore expert. So, yeah, that Blockbuster is taking way longer to die than anyone ever would have expected, obviously. But I mean, is there any other like cases like this of big store chains dying but one or two stays?
Quickie Mart.
I was about to say Kmart as well.
Or
I
that's...
feel like
Did you say
most of
Quickie
those are
Mart?
dead.
Yeah. I don't know which was the real one. I don't live in America.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure Apu's keeping his. Oh no, wait, they got rid of Apu. Fuck.
The Simpsons fired him.
Right. Okay.
I'm sure not Apu is making it float somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. I don't know how many Kmarts there are left in the nation. I've been to one of them in like the last 6 months, probably. No, probably in the last 2 years. I don't remember.
Probably in the last century.
I feel like there was one around here somewhere, but it might be gone now.
By the way, Kmarts nowadays, they suck. I went there.
I believe it.
I went there. It was still selling VCRs. VCRs and CRT televisions.
Backlog from 1994.
Where are they getting restocks from?
Look, I would actually buy that shit, but I'm not a major retro tech nerd, so.
Yeah, you'd buy it and then put it in a fucking storage unit somewhere.
Right.
It's an antique now. You
I'm
can
sure
sell
there
it.
are a lot of retro tech nerds out there that would like to have a VCR or two, but not many.
50
I
years
have
from
enough
now,
to
you can
keep
sell
the
it for
sales-
2K.
I have a
That's an investment.
VCR next to me. I have a VCR next to me, guys. So
Take it to America and wait 50 years and sell it. You'll get like 5K
Look.
from some antique nerd.
look, here's the thing. I don't want to invest into freaking Beanie Babies.
Might be a
Remember
little late on the
Beanie
market.
Babies?
Do they still make Beanie Babies?
I think so.
I
They
believe
make
so.
some, but they don't look the same.
They had to change it, of course.
Yep.
For every one of them they make, they depreciate the market value, the fools. How are we possibly supposed to have our excellent industry of antique Beanie Babies?
I swear one of these days my Lucas the Leopard Beanie Baby will be worth $500,000.
Could you imagine that being someone who, like, their children have all been paid for by a single, like, oh, so, Barbie doll. Yeah. Somebody paid $500,000 for a Barbie doll. It's probably some Martin Shkreli shithead, right?
Somebody paid $500,000 for a strand of Barbie hair so they can clone her.
Yeah.
I like the notion that synthetic Barbie hair has genetics that you can use to clone something.
Well, yeah, that's how they got to do it. In the toy factory, you know, they got to make an individual. Each Barbie's got different DNA, I guess. You clone so you can get two. Huh.
No, you get two in one package if they were twins.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if that's how cloning works, but I'm new to the cloning process, so you could be right.
I think we all are. We'll be there soon enough. Don't worry. They figured out cloning sheep. I feel like the big question is like the nature versus nurture thing. That is probably the part that is most interesting about cloning to me. Is the nature versus nurture. You know?
You had cut out there for me.
Ah, shit. I was just saying that cloning will be fascinating once it's actually, like, working for humans. Just for the nature versus nurture aspect, you know?
Right.
What?
On one hand, it would be an issue and against nature. On the other hand, wouldn't you want to live forever through your clones?
That's not how it works, Addy. You can't do a fucking soul transfer, Addy. That's not how it works.
Yet.
Yet. Emphasis on the yet. Addy'll do it, man.
Once I become Shang Tsung.
Oh, man. The real problem is going to be people being racist against clones, because that's going to happen. Don't worry, humanity, we'll figure out a way.
That's right, become clone man.
Clone me. Oh, man, exactly what the world needs. 10 Addies running around.
He's gonna fire us all and just continue this channel on his own.
He's gonna have to post dank memes to himself.
The thing with me having clones is that I would kill myself, so...
Right, but then you can just get more clones.
I was about to say, I would be like... I would kill myself and then I would be like, who gives a shit? Nothing was lost.
It'd be a fucking Royal Rumble of Addies. Gee, I wonder who's at the number 30 spot.
It's AJ Styles.
Oh, shit.
Who would have guessed? Not me.
So Blockbuster leads to cloning. Keep it in mind, folks.
This is how they make their comeback.
Blockbuster return to Clone Buster.
Blockbuster's gonna clone itself. They're gonna take it. They're gonna take Blockbuster DNA out of one of the bricks in the sidewall.
But wouldn't it just be another brick in the wall then?
Yep.
I really wonder, like, how do they pay their employees in that one lone Blockbuster?
Peanuts.
Like, are they volunteers? I don't know how this works. How can this financially? How can it exist?
Well, apparently for the other one of the two remaining Blockbusters, it didn't.
No.
I don't know. If I had a Blockbuster in my area and it was the last one left, I'd go there all the time. If only just for the novelty and to support it. Because why not? It's an artifact. You got to keep that shit going for history.
It's an artifact. It is an artifact, and that's why I say just let it die, but keep the Blockbuster sign out there.
It's in a covert heritage site.
If Indiana Jones won't protect this shit, I will. I'll be going up to the front counter and I'll grab a copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark just to be safe, and I'll be like, "This belongs in a museum," and I'll point to the entire store.
then you'll point to the WrestleMania sign.
Point to the WrestleMania sign.
Which is just the Blockbuster video sign.
Oh. All right. Now it's time for Volcano and Pink to have to listen to something they don't really give a shit about. Hey. Mortal Kombat 11 story trailer.
Oh, yes. Is Austin Aries a heel or face?
Both.
It sounds like Austin Aries.
Wait, is Austin Aries actually providing Kano's voice?
What?
I don't know.
Wait, we've been joking about this for so long, I don't remember if it's true or not. Oh, Jesus.
I don't think it was confirmed.
Because, yeah, I was about to say, Austin Aries does a way better Australian accent than I was ever expecting.
They use his face, but not his voice.
I'm looking it up right now, but yeah, they got as if deliberately to try and assuage Addy's fears of losing his mains. We got one of Addy's mains and the thumbnail. It's your cowboy boy, Addy. You gonna appreciate it? No? Okay.
I still don't like his new outfit.
But he has the mask now.
Well, yeah, but he takes it off, and it looks like shit.
But you can put it back on. I mean, it's customizable characters now. Come on.
I also don't remember how he fights for some reason, even though I watched the freaking trailer.
We haven't got to see him in gameplay yet.
Okay, good. I don't remember. Didn't forget anything. I don't remember anything. Yeah, that checks out.
Well, I mean, I guess you can't remember something you haven't found out about yet, so... So, yeah, it's gonna be a time travel storyline. It's gonna revolve around the goofery of bringing together past and future versions of characters and what have you. And modern Johnny gets to meet young Johnny, and there's a whole thing of, oh, young Johnny's a shithead. Right.
But so is modern Johnny, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
This just sounds like my universe mode.
Yeah. I think we all got to have that storyline.
No, the only storyline I had is freaking Grandmaster Sexy coming back so he can form the freaking tag team with Triple H that I had in No Mercy. They can form it again.
Alright, the most logical tag team. We got
Look,
the game,
Triple
and,
cool.
the game,
Look.
and Grandmaster Sexy.
Look, Team Dude, I'm good. We'll rise one day.
Okay, that actually kind of works, honestly. The name, but nothing else.
I also changed their finishers, so both of them was a freaking diving knee strike or something like that.
Oh man, Triple H and knee strikes. You're giving me flashbacks to SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.
That was every SmackDown versus Raw until 2014.
Was that when they finally nerfed the Triple H knee?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, in hindsight, why do they bother with balance in those games?
It's a good question.
I don't think they do.
No, they've definitely in the patch notes noted multiple things that are specifically done for the quote unquote competitive side of the online that nobody actually plays.
Ah, yes,
Like-
competitive freaking WWE.
Yeah,
Theater
in 2K14, I want to say there was a patch note that said they had fixed Damian Sandow's cartwheel taunt because you couldn't interrupt it.
Fix the Damian
Like,
Sandow.
why would you
Now he's
possibly choose to fix that? That's perfect. That's exactly how it should be.
That becomes an
Fixed Dave-
entirely different game. Everybody fucking takes the cartwheel taunt and uses it for invincibility frames.
done. Yeah,
It becomes the new defensive move.
fix Damian
You
Sandow.
can't
He
wrestle
is now
me if
not
I'm
in the game.
cartwheeling.
I feel like if you catch it at the right time, though, you should get a free tombstone pile driver.
If you
Yes.
If you catch it at the right time, you get a free sit-out pile driver Oven style.
No. You just win the match instantly because the paramedics have to take him.
Yeah. Depending on which side you're on, it's either a sit-out pile driver or a freaking Canadian destroyer.
How would that even work?
I don't know.
He'd flip into the guy flipping him, and they're all doing flips.
You have to be Puck to pull it off.
No, one of you has to be Puck, and the other one has to be. Oh fuck! Who's the guy?
Ricochet.
Ricochet. Yes. Wrestling's dumb.
I like how we don't even call Neville by his name now.
I call him Neville. You're the one who called him Puck.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess because of the storyline I had where Sean Waltman came back and took his gimmick because he was the X-Pac.
The artist formerly known as Pac.
Yeah.
Alright, I suppose we should just gloss over MK11 then, shouldn't we, Addy? Just to try and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Time travel. Shao Kahn's actually going to be in the story mode despite being the pre-order DLC. That's a first for NetherRealm. Scarlett's actually going to be in the story, so she'll have an actual character. Yay. We got a little bit of a look at Collector and Kotal Khan and Aaron Black and a couple other guys that haven't been shown off in gameplay yet. They look pretty good. Kotal Khan, it is confirmed, he does not have green skin. It's actually just paint. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah, when it zooms in on his face, you can pretty clearly see, like, it's literally just painted on. You can see brush strokes on him.
Haha.
Supposedly that was way back in MKX, and it was the same way, but I just never noticed. It's weird. Dark Raiden they're making it like Dark Raiden and Chronica are both the villains. And also Good Raiden's there, and Good Liu Kang and Good Kung Lao. Presumably Good Kung Lao is going to come in and be like, wow, future me is a shithead. So,
And then Zombie Liu Kang comes into the frame.
Yeah, Zombie Liu Kang with his chains that he gets to use in cutscenes, but not in actual gameplay. Lame.
Yeah.
And Cassie Cage has been recasted. She is no longer voiced by Ashley Birch. I forget the name of the voice actress who voices her now. Cassie and Jackie both got redesigns. Jackie looks way better.
I was going to say Ronda Rousey, and then I remembered.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Ronda Rousey now voices all female characters in Mortal Kombat.
And Shao Kahn.
And Shao Kahn. Despite the
I
fact
guess
that Shao
they're
Kahn is Triple
paying
H.
her for quantity as opposed to quality.
Yeah. That is a thing in voice acting. They'll get a guy to do multiple jobs and still get paid the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nolan North. And I looked it up. Kano's voice actor in this game is Nolan North.
Ah.
Perfect.
Yep. We got Nolan North as Kano. We got Troy Baker as Aaron Black. So we got the duo of power as present. Oh, and Steve Bloom as Sub-Zero.
Nice.
So we got the trio.
Who's Sub-Zero?
Steve Bloom is voicing Sub-Zero.
Ah.
Can we quickly get Roger Craigslist to come in to be Raiden?
They're not getting... The guy they've had as Raiden for the last 10 years is never leaving. He has been sitting on that role since MK9, and almost every role has been recast since MK9, except him. Well, Kung Lao.
At this point, he's paying them to keep the role.
Well, probably, because he's also the guy they have playing Joker in Injustice, and he does a terrible job with that.
What if he's not actually a voice actor? He's just another Realm employee.
I actually like that.
He's just Ed Boon under a fake name.
A pseudonym.
You guys forget, Ed Boon provided the voice for Scorpion in every game up to Mortal Kombat 9.
I didn't forget, I just never knew.
Yeah. Well, Addy forgets then.
Yeah.
I think Ed Boon still does the get over here's. Because he has to, right? It
Yeah.
wouldn't be right. You can't change the get over here's. Those have to stay no matter what. So that's Mortal Kombat 11. It looks good. I'm excited to try Jackie again because it's a girl and she's got shotguns for arms. How is that not amazing?
I concur.
All right. So, hey, EA is going to be skipping E3, apparently. Which Sony also said they're skipping E3, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're too big now. They've got their own thing going on.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna just across from the E3 hall, they will have another convention. It's the Sony and EA Friend Association. on.
Subtitled E3 sucks.
Yeah.
Microsoft and Nintendo are teaming up. Now Sony and EA are doing the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie, while I preferred PlayStation to Xbox, I know what team I'd be picking between those two. So, people have been saying for a while now that E3 is kind of outdated and no longer serves a purpose. I'll say, for me personally, this is petty as it gets, but for me, I don't like this just because it's inconvenient.
Yeah. I agree.
I like just tuning into the same show and seeing all the big announcements for the year, you know?
Right, not having to jump between sites. Oh, Nintendo's doing this thing on their side at this time. Microsoft doing this thing on their site at this time. Sony, same thing, different times, different locations. It's like, I guess E3 is just for the indie developers, and every other developer has their own little thing going on.
So Sony is holding WrestleMania in 3 different places at the same time.
The last E3 presentation is just going to be Devolver. They're going to keep it going on their own. Oh, man.
But
we need to do a fucking live E3 reaction video for this year's E3 just so we can get Pink and Volcano's reactions to the Devolver conference.
What is E3 going to be? Because I might have school. I hope I won't have school, but I might have school.
It's just gonna be me. You're all gonna be asleep, and I'm just gonna.
And Alex sits in a room, reacts to himself.
Yeah.
He does shitty voices of us.
We wouldn't even be able to talk over the ones that we don't care about, because it'd just be me. So I'd be like, "Oh, I don't care about this, la di da di da." Oh, I love FIFA.
FIFA 20. With more FIFA.
More FIFA.
But isn't FIFA EA though? So it's not going to be
Yeah.
at E3
Oh,
anyway.
you're right.
Yes! It's
Victory!
gonna take up more time.
We have sacrificed Star Wars to rid ourselves of the FIFA demon.
Look. Unless they announce a freaking Code 3 or some shit, I don't care about Star Wars either. So
Yeah. Battlefront 3 will come, and it will probably suck.
Unless they announce the
Isn't
freaking
Battlefront 3 already a thing?
Is it
I
not?
don't know. I don't think it is.
Because Battlefront 2 was such a clusterfuck. I don't think they'd want to go for Battlefront 3 this early.
Oh wait, yeah, they just re-released Battlefront 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the only real like somewhat plausible freaking Star Wars shit that I would care about is if they would say that the Darth Maul like Assassin's Creed game is on still, even though they've canceled it already like twice.
They canceled it twice, specifically just to say fuck you. I like how Addy's like, I'm not interested in Star Wars unless they have the edgiest guy play an assassin. Like, that's an Addy thing. That's an Addyism right there. A full-blown Addyism. You know, what's the only way they could make it more Addy-ish? If the combat was Sengoku Basra style. With assassinations, and your Darth Maul. And there's also steampunk vehicles.
I don't know how this would fit into the world though of Star Wars.
Do you? I have to imagine, Addy, you don't give a shit.
I do to some extent. Because like the world of Star Wars is something that I kind of enjoy, but most of the media I don't.
Yeah. Have you not even watched the movies?
I've seen snippets, I think, of most of them.
Well,
I saw like one or two.
You've definitely seen the prequel memes. I know you've seen the prequel memes.
I definitely saw the first episode, but I don't remember jack shit aside from Darth Maul existing. So.
Oh, good. You watched the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Like I know that I watched the first one and I watched the sixth one, not the sixth one. The sixth one would be the one they released first. Frickin' the new trilogy, the first of the new trilogy I watched. Was it the seventh one?
7, yeah.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
7.
Yeah, I saw that one, and then I think I saw the one that with Boba Fett, and that's it.
There are 2 with Boba Fett.
The one where he dies to the Sarlacc.
Okay, that's Return
Yeah,
of the Jedi.
that would be 6.
So yeah, you got 1, 6, 7. It's a little bit of out of order, but okay. You're just like, who's this Luke guy? What's he doing? Why does he hate the man in the black suit?
My dad liked Star Wars or liked Star Wars. I'm not sure, and he explained it to me, so I was sort of up on the lore. But yeah, this was before Transformers Flowrider era. Transformers Flowrider era, my dad.
You make it sound like they're one and the same. Get a Flowrider soundtrack to Transformers. What would that sound like? I believe that would sound like Pain.
Without love. It would sound like Pain without love.
I know. I heard it the first time, Addy. I heard you the first time.
All right. I just need to make sure that you're in pain.
Oh. Hey. Does someone want to talk about Rainbow Six? Because I heard about the new patch, and I heard that they made it where now you can apply the breach charges way faster.
Yes.
How much faster?
Much faster.
About a second faster. I think it only takes 1 second to get it on as opposed to the previous 2 seconds. I could be wrong.
So you just slap it on now?
Yes.
We just
They're
slept the
making
wall.
it much, much quicker to actually breach into a room, which I quite enjoy. It's no longer a big waiting game of, oh, am I able to get close enough without them hearing me and shooting me through the wall?
Past a certain point, you have to question, why not just throw the breach charge at the wall and hope it sticks?
The beach charge.
The
Beach
charge.
charge. You throw it in and it just
Just
goes
throw
up
it
in
towards the wall, really.
You throw the beach charge and it blows up, and it just makes everything into sand.
And then we're back there in black.
Fuck it. Weaponized fucking sand.
Addy
We've
dropped out for a little
weaponized
bit
the
there.
beach.
And he dropped out for me a little bit there, so all I heard was "fuck," and that's it.
By whom?
I heard you say it.
What I said was freaking. What I said was weaponized pocket send. So.
Somehow that came through as "fuck" on my end. So. And you were loudly shouting it as if in frustration.
That's either ready.
Yeah.
Going through the electronics.
Eddie was having that little moment in the show where you can hear a character's thoughts. A Shakespearean aside. What were the other major changes from the patch? I know that Ash lost her ACOG. Is that the second time she's lost an ACOG?
No, this is the first time she's lost an ACOG, and she only lost the ACOG on the R4C, which is the top tier gun in the game, and the reason why everybody picks Ash, in addition to her small hitbox. Jaeger is the other guy who lost his ACOG, and that was a big meme for years on end. Because he was notorious for doing spawn peaks.
Okay, I was about to say, because Jaeger does not spring to mind as an overpowered character in that game.
Right.
Yeah. Was there anything else major out of the patch? Because I feel like there was, but my brain is escaping me. It is
one of the major ones is it's kind of a nerf to Dokkaebi and a buff to Mute in that her phone call will automatically hang up after, I want to say, 12 seconds. So you won't be going throughout the entire round with the phone ringing if you don't bother to answer the phone and turn it off. And Mute, if you walk through one of his jammers, it will turn the phone call off as well. And I don't know if they did or not, but I'm thinking they might have. It seems to me at this juncture that Mute jammers have kind of had the radius increase just a little bit. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it feels like it. But at the very least, they've now put an icon in the bottom left corner so that if you're in the radius of a Mute jammer, it will tell you. So that way, you'll know if you're safe from like a Dokkaebi call or a lion scan.
Oh, interesting. It doesn't apply if you're... the lion scan doesn't apply if you're in the area of a Mute.
Nope, it does not.
Okay. Now, I assume this little icon does not appear if you're on the attacker's side, so you won't know if you're... Yeah, because that would change Thermite entirely if you just...
Right. That would be completely ridiculous to give that option, or not option, to give that notification to an attacker. Oh yeah, there's a Mute jammer here. Let me ignore this ball and go blow up the other one that's not Mute jammed.
Alright, Mute is now nerfed into oblivion forever. He is now sub-Tachanka level.
Don't speak ill of Warlord.
It's interesting to see more buffs to Mute, because I feel like Mute was already one of the characters that if you wanted to do a really good pro-type build, you'd take him.
Mute... it's hard to say, because when they release the Wind Deltas, it's like Mute is both underpicked and underpowered at this juncture, or at least according to the last set of statistics that they released. And they keep adding more to him to try to boost him up in both pick rate and win rate. So, like, they've given him the SMG-11 that all the other SAS operators had, or all the other ones outside of Thatcher anyway. So that way he could rock the automatic sidearm in addition to a shotgun to give him better utility on more maps. Yeah. I also want to say that he didn't have a C4 at one point, but now he does. It's like, I think they swapped out that for the bulletproof shield. It's like, I want to say his original loadout was bulletproof shield or barbed wire. And now it is nitro cell or bulletproof camera.
That's a way better setup.
Yes. Those are two very powerful gadgets. To a point where it's not like, oh, you got to pick this one, not the other one. It's you can pick either one, and it's going to be effective either way. So it's actually a hard option of which one you want to go with.
It sounds like I need to go back to playing Mute, but isn't Mute your main?
Yeah, but I've got plenty of other defensive mains because, like, all the defensive characters are very good. Well, for the most part.
Doc?
Right.
Yeah, in a game of headshots, Doc doesn't seem like he's really much of a hot property.
You don't need to heal people if they're dead.
No. I mean, I'm inclined to add upon Addy's statement there. It's actually, Doc is more used by solo players because if you get down, you can res yourself and get that 75% health back.
Oh! I did not know that. But how many times will you get downed? Other than by
it really depends on what skill level people are at and where you get shot from. So, like, if you get shot in a hallway, you're basically dead. But if you get shot in a room and you fall behind cover, then you can actually res yourself, and it works out spectacularly.
I mean,
A good Doc can cheat death many times, but it really all depends on how the match goes down.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick Doc just because he's so dependent on the other team's skill level for his own success.
Right. Like me, I feel like Rook is a safer option if you want to go with one of the French defenders.
I wouldn't consider Rook good either, because his stuff doesn't defend against headshots.
No. I was just about to say, both the French operators at this point don't feel near as necessary as they used to. And I would say there are plenty more operators that I would rather see people pick with more fragging potential. Because staying alive as a defender, it seems like it's a lot easier if you go with a more powerful defender capable of actually getting kills, as opposed to trying to sustain the team.
Rook will get a buff where he will give the team Batman's armor.
Yeah.
They're fixed.
Perfect.
The only way I could see Rook really being worth it is if he just makes you outright invulnerable to body shots.
Right. Like, right now, I think his armor only provides, like, oh, you need one more bullet to actually down a person. And if you don't get headshot, then it's a down but not out state, as opposed to the potential of dying with the body shot, but still not the best. There are better defensive operators with better utilities, I would say.
Yeah, I just get stuck on the headshot thing, because it's like, okay, well, I'll just go for headshots. If I can aim long enough to maintain several body shots, I'll just go for a headshot instead.
Right.
Nah. Rainbow Six is the kind of game where you need to be aiming for headshots constantly anyways. You need to aim for the fastest method of killing, because otherwise they'll get a shot in too. And then you're both fucked.
Indeed.
Yeah. And there was also a leaker who apparently did actually predict properly the Burnt Horizon characters, has predicted the gadgets for the next, for one character each from the next two packs.
Right.
Have either of you guys taken a look at this?
Yeah, I have.
I saw it yesterday.
So, it looks like the Danish operator, the Danish attacker, will have Kavira's silent step for one thing, and will also be invisible to cameras, which that's Vigil's thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Except, of course, this character will actually be on attack, where Kavira and Vigil are both defense.
Yes.
So I'd imagine this is the counter roamer? I don't know.
I wouldn't say counter roamer, because being invisible to the cameras is not really role specific, I would say. It's multi-use.
The silent step, though, is what makes me think it's anti-roamer. Because whoever's sitting in the room is going to be more observant than a roamer, you know? Where a roamer will rely more on sound.
if the anchor in the room is all alone, like it's down to the wire and it's a 1v1, it's like he will be using the sounds of your footsteps to try to know where you're coming from, so he'll know which doorway to check. That's why oftentimes when it's like a one-on-one situation, somebody will like plant a breach charge and blow it up to try to throw the defender off their trail, so to say. That way you can bust through a different door.
Okay, okay.
Sound is a very important aspect of that game.
Oh, absolutely. I always do better when I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah.
And the American Secret Service operator, who it apparently does not say whether it's attack or defense, their special ability they will be able to see through flash and smoke grenades.
American glass.
Kind of.
Right. Kind of like Ying. When you throw her candelas down, she turns on her little visor that makes her immune to the flash effect. So I'm thinking this will be a defensive operator because it would make sense to have an attack operator be invincible to flash or smoke grenades when the defending ops don't have access to those things, so they wouldn't be throwing them at you anyway. So maybe if you want to avoid friendly flashes from your teammates,
Well,
I mean,
it could be a Glass thing, because Glass throws out his own smoke grenades and then aims through them.
yes.
So it could be something along those lines.
It could be, but I'm still in the camp of thinking that it's going to be a defender.
It's gonna be the American sniper.
My problem here would be, like, unless this character's built to be a roamer, which it very well could be, like, wouldn't Jaeger effectively do the same thing? Like, more like except he would stop it in the first place, so even your teammates wouldn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And Jaeger's a 3-speed with pretty decent guns.
I think what it comes down to between this Secret Service operator and Jaeger is that Jaeger will typically need to plant his ADSs in the objective room, whereas this new Secret Service dude or dudette could roam and not have to place his gadgets down, because we're under the assumption that it's going to be like a headset thing.
Okay. So
Like,
we think
maybe he'll have protective goggles or whatnot.
So it's looking like Roamer City right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that might be a problem with Rainbow Six going forward? That they might try to just constantly introduce new roamers to make the game more exciting?
I've felt that they've been trying to counter the roamer plays as of recently. So it's kind of a complex situation. Like I was saying on a previous podcast, I feel like Gridlock is very counter roamer because her what are they? The little track things.
The roamer can't
I
get
feel
rid
like
of them without
those-
making a noise, right?
Yeah, those greatly discourage people from being able to speed across the map. So if you put them in like a hallway, they'll either have to run right across them and take 10 damage per trap that they step in, or they have to shoot them out, which will probably be causing noise. Plus, they had previously nerfed Caveira in a recent patch, and they've also nerfed previously as well Vigil and his SMG-12.
So are they trying to present an alternative possibility for roamers because they're sick of seeing Cav and Vigil so damn much?
I want to say yes. I think they're trying to... Well, I feel like they're kind of trying to trying to lower the rate of roamer plays, but also trying to make it where if you want to play a roamer, it's not like, oh, you have to choose Caveira or Vigil. It's like they want to provide enough roamers that there are options, and those options will give the defenders, obviously options, because I'm dumb and repeating myself, and not defenders, and the offensive team more counterplay. So you're not just constantly bringing Jackal along to track down the Caveira or the Dokkaebi to call up Vigil.
I was about to say, because it would seem to me like Jackal is the ultimate anti-roamer. It would seem like Jackal's the ultimate anti-roamer character.
Yes, that's what he should be. It's kind of weird though because he's actually got one of the best long-range weapons in the game, and if you're hunting down a roamer,
You're going to be very close
that long
quarters.
range, yeah, they're usually hiding in rooms around corners and whatnot. So it's like it almost makes more sense to bring a shotgun with him. But at the same time, if you have that access to one of the best long-range weapons in the game, why would you not take it?
I don't know. Rainbow Six is very close quarters. I'm not huge on the long-range weapons in it.
It is close quarters, but most deaths, they will occur between a room's distance.
I guess I'm looking at it the wrong way. But what was I going to ask? There was something I was going to ask specifically about the roamers. Like, it seems like they'd already kind of have some hunt roamer options. I always thought of Jaeger and Bandit as roamers, which I may be partially wrong, but I always figured with them, you lay down all the shit you brought in with you and then book it out of there and start roaming.
Right.
Because, I mean, they are 3 speeds. They don't
yes,
really benefit
that
from
is how
sitting
Jaeger. That is how Jaeger has been working, for the most part. I want to say, I'm not sure if Bandit fulfills that same role quite as well as Jaeger does, because Bandit you usually see him in a more anchor type position, and I'm thinking it's because he can do the Bandit tricks where you leave a wall unelectrified, and then when they go to put their thermite or Hibana charges on it, then you electrify it once they've applied it so that it destroys it.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Because that's a play you'll most often see the bandits try to go for, whether it succeeds or fails on their skill level. But the reason they do that is because instead of having a already electrified wall, they're going to go find a different wall. If they see a vulnerable wall, they'll think they're safe to go apply their stuff to it. But once the bandit turns that on, you've destroyed their gadgets, and you've also effectively wasted like 5 seconds of their time. And time is everything, because you only have the 3 minutes and 30 seconds in casual, or the 3 minutes ranked to actually break down the walls, get into objective, and kill everybody, or plant the diffuser.
Yeah, and I can imagine that also being rough for Thermite, because doesn't Thermite only gets 2 Thermites, right? Or does
Thermite
he
only
get
gets 2 thermites. Yeah.
Okay. And how many breach charges does a character carry?
3.
3, okay. For some reason I was thinking 1.
No. That would suck.
You've been playing too much Recruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Recruit only gets 1. He only gets 1 of anything.
Yeah. Because they really need to make it clear, please stop playing Recruit.
They need Recruit playing only one thing, because he's so good here.
I'm going to walk out to take a piss, and I'm also walking out because I'm angry at Addy for the Recruit. So you guys should probably talk about what you got planned for individual channels, as a group channel, whatever.
All right.
Well then, Pink, any
Yes.
plans for your channel?
Did you see the video I uploaded yesterday?
Yes, I have.
Fantastic. Other plans? I'm probably going to upload the 23rd part of my Pokemon thing today. And aside from that, I've got nothing, I don't think.
Alright, Volcano. Any plans for your channel that you may or may not have?
Yeah, I make video edits. I have not planned anything yet. I'm going through music looking for ideas. So, and plus, they keep blocking mine because you're not allowed to use the Umbrella Academy. I know. I'm like, okay.
No.
Yeah,
No. That's
Yeah,
brand new footage. No.
Yeah, YouTube keeps like going, well, this like branch, I think it's NBC, keeps blocking it on copyright
Right.
grounds. So like, fine. But I've been uploading them other places now.
I see. Yeah, I had a couple of run-ins with musical stuff myself
Mhm.
because there's this Japanese game that I imported that was meant to be sold outside of Japan. It has a really good theme, so I because I sometimes I do opinion pieces on my main channel, and
Mhm.
sometimes I do trailers for the opinion pieces so people know what the game is somewhat before then. And
Oh.
yeah, I made a trailer for that game to its actual official theme, and then they were like, "Nope, nobody's seeing this shit in the world if you release it." So I didn't. I had to make a completely new one while working on the actual video as well. That
Oh
was
my.
fun. And that trailer is still probably the worst one I have ever made because it was devoid of creativity. I wonder why.
Oh.
But yeah, as for my second channel, no, not the second channel. What am I talking about? As for for the main channel, uh, I'm still working on the Rogue review. I'm gonna need to retake my audio for it, but oh well. The second channel will just be in freaking limbo forever, probably, unless I make another video like the freaking 40-girl one. But yeah, aside from that, I think that's all of our personal channels then. So for this channel, for the FOS channel, on the 11th, I have to check the date. On the 11th, you will see the fourth part of Jowan's journey as we return. This was shot like a day after New Year's, so there's gonna be New Year's jokes in it.
New Year's
If
jokes in March.
yeah,
March.
the the massacre of Good Springs, I think it was it Good Springs that we massacred?
It was.
Freeside?
It wasn't
It
Good
wasn't
Springs.
Good
It was
Springs.
Freeside. Yeah.
It was for the Mormon fort.
Yeah.
Yeah. The massacre is not yet realized
Oh
in the
shit.
fourth part, but you look forward to that in the upcoming parts. On the 15th, I believe. Yeah, on the 15th, you will see the great big road trip that Pink and I went on.
Oh man.
So yeah,
What game was that? That was
the Crew 2.
Ubisoft one, right? The Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will be able to see in two parts because I cut it into two parts because I thought that we would release it um at different dates, but we won't. You can see either part one where we race or part two, which is the road trip. And the road trip was fun. Also, I got a car that said Tot Patrol on it. That was good. And yeah, I think that's all of the channel stuff. I scrolled down and saw the bear. So yeah, also yesterday I want to say Portal Knights came out, so go and watch that, I guess. I don't know.
I saw that it came out. I haven't watched it yet. It was actually in my recommended though, so that was nice.
Now then, I guess that was all of that stuff. So, uh Volcano, what have you done this past week?
I was watching The Umbrella Academy and I finished it. I have done really nothing important, but I did get to see Captain Marvel on Thursday, so that was cool.
Oh, we might want to save that
Talk
for the
about it.
end.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I was like, I saw that, but I haven't done much.
Yeah, anytime there's like a new thing that's out and we want to talk about it, I try to save it for the end of the podcast so that we can spoil it without worry. So that we can just
Oh,
say
cool.
anyone who hasn't watched Captain Marvel, as soon as the
Yeah,
Captain Marvel
no, it's
discussion
like,
starts, get
Alright,
out.
so that DMC5 gets left behind. So,
huh.
But let's go.
I
Let's
guess-
go back to the
yeah.
Umbrella Academy there, because I've been hearing about that. I heard that about it from Pink last week, because he was talking about how you guys were watching it. And
Yeah.
just a couple days ago, Soon was telling me about it, how he was watching it with him and his whole thing over there. And what he described it as is X-Men meets Watchmen meets what was some comedic superhero? Maybe X-Men meets Watchmen meets Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
That's a pretty good description. Yeah. It's a nice mix, but it also stays as its own little thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite agree with the Guardians comparison,
I
but
don't. Yeah, I was like, it's pretty good. Like
yeah,
like
I
X-Men and
was saying last
Watchmen.
week that it was very reminiscent of the Watchmen, like X-Men, Watchmen, and I don't know, maybe a bit of Heroes as well.
I was kind of thinking that. Yeah, I was like, yeah, Heroes, but I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't know if anyone knew about that. So I was like, oh,
I remember Heroes. I remember when it was big and popular.
oh,
I
Yeah.
remember
cool.
Heroes. I remember hating it.
Save the
Oh.
cheerleaders, save the world.
Yeah.
The what I've heard was it's all set like after the fact, after they've all stopped being X-Men, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's a bunch of traumatized ex-superheroes looking back on their superhero pasts. That is super Watchmen. That's just straight up Watchmen. The thing I heard from Soon is that the show gets the show's very over the top and has some crazy like Silver Age-esque stuff. Despite the fact that it tries to be so serious, it's got like he said something about a eyeball factory exploding.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that happens. I think it does a good job balancing and taking itself and not taking itself seriously. It just had fun with it. I enjoyed it.
Now, the main is Ellen Page the main character, or
She's a main character. There's 7 of them, so they focus on everyone as much as they can.
they try to keep it balanced?
Yeah.
Can we get like a quick rundown of the characters? I'm assuming there's going to be some typical Watchmenisms. Like I'm gonna assume at least one of them is a like Punisher or Wolverine like type, where he's a psychopath and really tough and everything.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start at the beginning because they have like numbers. There's 7 of them. So we have number 1, and his name is Luther, and he was the leader, and he was stuck on the moon for 4 years.
As you
Yeah. Anyways, and he's kind of boring in my opinion. He just wants to do what's right, but sometimes he doesn't do it the right way. It kind of frustrates me.
So
Then
there's
we
a
have
night
number
owl.
yeah.
Right.
Then we have number 2, Diego. He I don't know his abilities too well. He seems to be pretty good with whatever.
He's like the weird marksman type character, but he can actually, I suppose, warp reality in a way in where he can throw a knife forward, but then it will arc to hit somebody.
So
Yeah.
he's the guy.
So
from
it's not like
Wanted?
he's doing trick shots. He's just completely changing the direction on a whim.
So he's the guy from Wanted. Does no one else remember?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Uh,
But
Wanted was a comic and movie series, not a movie series, just a single movie starring James McAvoy, and it was about a group of assassins that figured out that if they fired a gun while sweeping with the gun, like with going from left to right or whatever, they could curve the bullet in midair.
Right.
And it had the famous sequence where James McAvoy does that and kills 10 guys that are sitting in a circle.
oh yeah, wait, no, I know what that is now.
And Chris Pratt
I
was
don't,
in
but
it.
okay.
Chris Pratt was in it. He was another worker. He was James McAvoy's co-worker who he hated, and it had the famous bit where James McAvoy smacks him in the face with a keyboard, and it goes into slow-mo, and the keys that are flying off the keyboard spell out "fuck you." But oh wait, no, the really good part of that was there's only one U key on the keyboard, obviously. So the second U was actually one of Chris Pratt's molars upside down to form a U.
Oh my goodness.
Ah. So we got Moon Man. Does Moon Man have any powers?
Which one are we talking? Moon Man. Oh yeah, he's got like a super strength, and like I was confused for a second. I was like, what?
What's a moon man?
I've only been making fun of him the entire time, and I already forgot.
It just goes to show the hate is genuine.
Yes. I guess we should move to number 3, I guess, which is Allison, and her ability is if she says something, it will like I guess kind of come true. In the comic, she's able to say any kind of thing, and it will happen. So she can like say that like, for example, as they exampled, if
The
she
earth
said
is
that
flat.
the
Damn it. Really?
no, it's more like if like that building's on fire, then it would be on fire kind of thing. But she doesn't seem to do that in the show. It's more dialed down. And so she just could tell people things, and then they'll do that.
Okay, so
And
she's preacher.
It's like hypnotism in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're hitting the non-DC Marvel superheroes here. Because we got Wanted, that's a non-DC Marvel comic. We got Preacher, which is technically a DC comic, but it's set in its own continuity. Like, are we gonna keep going? It's like, all right, we got number 4. He's a demon, but he was brought out by Rasputin, and he doesn't like the demons though, so he fights for the good guys. It's like, yeah, huh? Oh, we got number 5. He stepped into a hadron collider at the wrong time, and now he's God. All right. I think I'm getting the rough idea of how this is going. I'm gonna assume there's at least one instance where number 3 says something rhetorically and someone does it.
Well, no, she has to say, she has to phrase it a certain way where she says, "I heard a rumor." So unless she said, it wouldn't work. I don't think. And she kind of refuses to use her powers in the whole show.
Right.
The Professor X thing, yeah.
Did you see my post in the general television discussion thread on the forum?
I'm afraid I did not.
I said that number 3 was just an homage to... Oh crap, who was it?
I'm going to look it up right now. Is it an homage to Banana Nana Rama?
Yes, Bananarama.
What is a Bananarama?
Well,
I'll have to post I'll post a song later. But they've got a song titled I heard a rumor.
Oh, damn it.
You see, it's all your time, Alex. It's all your time. I have already infected Pink.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if your fresh memes quite impacted my knowledge of 80s hits, but okay.
It's not your knowledge of 80s hits. It's how you use them.
It's how he's...
Addie's trying to build an alliance that will not happen. 80s pop and 2000s edge will never come together.
I mean, hey, Finger 11 was kind of funky sometimes.
I guess they were, yeah. Talk about your weird bands. I guess they gotta be up there. Yeah. Does Umbrella Academy have a villain?
Yeah, it does. They have like a few villains. Like you have these 2 people that they time traveled back there to stop number 5, which I never got into him. He was like, oh, I skipped 4. Ooh.
You had kind of cut out for me there as well, so I didn't get any of that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but...
I definitely caught it.
All right.
Oh, okay. I was just talking about the villains, but then I realized, oh, wait, I didn't talk about the other 2. But anyway, the 2 villains don't seem to have superpowers, and then we have a different villain that's like the leader of all that, and she's called the Handler. and the whole, I don't know if you know the point of the story, but he's trying to stop the apocalypse from happening. But she's kind of helps cause things. So like she'll send people back in time to kill them to make a
Right.
certain thing happen or not happen.
It's that thing where there's that the big villain here is trying to make history go as it was intended, and the heroes
Right.
are trying to prevent that history from actually happening, because if it happens the way that it's supposed to, then everybody dies.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm getting a picture here.
So it's like at the end of Heroes, a bomb goes off. So let's say
Right.
that the outside forces are trying to make sure that the bomb goes off, whereas the heroes are trying to make sure that it doesn't.
Yeah. That's good.
Man, Sonic Heroes got weird.
It did. It did.
It started weird, Hattie. Come on. What if we introduced a new Sonic character that you had to play as, but he doesn't actually run around, he just goes fishing. It's a great idea.
That was Sonic Adventure 1.
Shut up. I can't keep them straight. Why would I ever bother to keep those straight?
Sonic Heroes is the one where you were only able to play in trios.
Mm-hmm. But Big the Cat was there, and he does fish.
Yeah,
so.
he was in the girl team, I think.
Yeah.
He was with Cream
With-
and Amy.
And Amy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I think of classic Sonic female characters, I think Amy, Big the Cat.
And Wu-Tang Clan song.
John St. John's a real talented voice actor to be able to pull that off, you know? Alright. So I suppose we should go ahead and move on to. Well, we started at Volcano. So we started in the middle. I guess we'll move down then?
I guess so. I don't know.
Addie, what have you done the past week?
Right, let's get this out of the way. Are you ready, kids?
I hope so.
It's aye Captain, but okay, Pink.
I can't hear you.
I'm busy getting timestamps.
Oh.
No, you're not gonna get it, Addie. Just go.
No, that was supposed to be the O.
Oh,
Whatever.
That was the most unenthusiastic SpongeBob Captain O I've ever heard.
That's what I want. That's how I wanted it to come out. But yeah, put the timestamp.
Yeah. Oh, that's not exact. That's a bad timestamp. Give me a moment.
But it's already uploaded. I think. Yeah.
I'm just gonna edit it. I'll go back in time. Here we go.
All right.
Well, there we go.
This one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any comments for that.
I think this one.
I don't have any context for that.
Oh, Madagascar 2.
But here we are.
Yeah. I keep seeing this kind of meme flying around.
And this one actually got edited into a video, so I'm gonna post that as well. Just give me a second.
The video or the picture?
The video. Where the hell is saved? There it is.
And now the Jeopardy theme plays as we wait for the next meme
Yeah.
on the meme cart.
It's not really a nice meme. It's this meme, but somebody edited it to be a video.
Okay.
So, there's that. There's a link to include in your
Yep, that'll just
description.
go in the video description.
Right. And then with another timestamp.
Alright, give me just a moment. It is. These beautiful little moments where I have to get the timestamp so the podcast just comes to a screeching halt. Alright, there we go. Fresh hot Sims memes. Addie's there with the trigger, always ready.
So there you go. Most other one.
I like to think that Addie now considers it his job to like browse meme sites. Because he has to for the podcast.
I don't browse meme sites.
Oh, you were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
And now here it is.
It's a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Alright then, this last one, it's you know.
The last meme?
No, it's not really a meme, it's just other picture I screen capped of Harada being Harada. I just want to further our appreciation of Harada.
Alright, tell me when.
You can put it up now.
Alright, well, yeah, that's Rada.
Yeah. So, this was before he went on a tirade about basically PC culture. By the way.
I
You
don't
said PC
understand.
culture. I thought you were like talking,
PC
you know,
gaming.
personal computers.
I was about to say, like, is Tekken 7 even on computers?
I was like, oh, that's weird. Normally, it's more like the PC Master Race kind of people that go ranting on Twitter. But okay.
Okay, I was imagining him going ranting against it. It'd be funnier if he went on it. Just as particularly because Japan tends to hate PC gaming.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Lucky Chloe. What do you think of Lucky Chloe, Addy?
I dislike her. But I appreciate the potential for memes.
I don't. I'm like a weird case where I don't mind her on her own, but the fact that Harada has gone so hard on her has suddenly made me dislike her. And also the fact that she does well in marketing has also I don't like because it bothers me.
I'm scared to ask what a Lucky Chloe is.
You remember the Cattail butt plug girl from Tekken 7?
The Capcom what?
Tekken 7. When we played. The one with Akuma, where it was 3D pink.
Isn't Akuma always 3D?
No.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Was that?
I tried to say, in response to Addy, I tried to repeat what Addy's saying, cat girl, butt plug girl. What came out of my mouth was cat girl blood tug.
that's Lucky Chloe's temple line.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But also I said cat tail, not cat girl.
Cattail. Yeah, that abomination.
Yeah, so Japan continuing to make people uncomfortable, particularly me.
I'm just used to it at this point.
I don't mind having a pop singer character, but it's the fact that she's that. You know?
They really should have included both of the most evil people in fighting game or in just video game history. They included Akuma and Hatsune Miku.
You know, I thought you were about to say like Todd Howard and Peter Molyneux or something. That'd be a hot new Tekken character. It's just Peter Molyneux.
Yeah.
He says he has a really great moveset, but it's just okay.
He says he has a really good moveset, but it's just avoiding the puddle.
Yeah. Todd Howard, every move just forces you to play Skyrim.
Yeah. No. If you lose to Todd Howard, Tekken 7 auto closes itself and boots up Skyrim Special Edition.
If you lose to Todd Howard, the game just forces you to buy a copy of Fallout 76.
Yeah. No. If you buy the Todd Howard DLC character, then
It comes
it
with
will
a free
also
copy of Fallout 76.
no, it also installs this Fallout. It also installs Fallout 76. But if you win against him, then you can actually delete it. It's the crypto virus again.
That's the only way.
But he's
Yeah.
at like Ultimate Tekken God difficulty.
Yeah, he's like he was made by he was made by freaking 90 SNK.
Yeah.
So you have to beat him.
He's doing Kazuya. He's doing oh, how am I forgetting his name? I guess it is Kazuya. I want to call him
Which one?
I want to call him Kazuma, but isn't Kiryu's first name Kazuma?
It is.
Okay, so he's doing Kazuya's little spinning kick on the floor endlessly,
But you don't fall.
but you don't fall, and it has super armor.
Yeah. Oh, and then who else could we add to the list?
Of gaming villains?
I guess, yeah. The freaking guy who runs Gearbox.
Oh, well, I don't want to know what his moveset would look like.
It's just like a Chloe's moveset.
Oh. Oh no. Oh lordy. I was ready and willing to go with some more jokes about, Gaben, you start the match and it never actually starts. You're stuck on the loading screen the entire time.
No, the thing with Gaben is that Gaben has strings, but they all end after the second hit.
So he's Paul?
Yes.
Ah.
There's also no third round. Gaben automatically wins it.
David Cage, you can see all your combo inputs on screen before you do them.
No, with David Cage, you have to tilt the controller as prompted on the screen to actually land hits.
Ah.
I don't know how you do it on Xbox, but whatever. Figure it out.
So Addy, what you've been doing this week is memeing.
And not just that.
Enjoying Harada being Harada.
Yeah. Also, I started a playthrough and finished Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one. I wanted to say 2, but it wasn't the second one. So
I forgot that was free.
I couldn't tell you what the story was, if I'm being honest.
The only part I ever hear about the first Modern Warfare is the nuke. The nuke is the only thing that gets mentioned for Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2, a little bit different, but Modern Warfare 1, there's the nuke, and that's about it. I believe I actually have played Modern Warfare myself. Though I think I only got to the level where you have to go to Russia as the British Commandos.
Yeah.
Has anyone else here played the first Modern Warfare?
I don't think I have.
Right, so, for curiosity's sake, how far in does the nuke happen, Addy?
The nuke is about halfway, I want to say.
Ah, alright.
Like,
Do you just
like,
spend the rest of the game playing as the British Commandos?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, here's how it happens. The nuke drops, the American guy goes away
Yeah.
for a bit, and
To
then
the afterlife.
yeah. And then after that, it's just joint operations between the British and American forces.
Okay, and you... Oh, what's the main character in the British Commando missions? I always forget his name.
Soap.
Soap. Right, everybody loves Soap. Soap and the other British dude.
Price.
Right.
Yeah, there's actually a flashback mission with Price. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Like there's a point where because it was a sniper mission, so of course we have a sniper rifle and a freaking pistol and a claymore. So of course, what should you do with a sniper mission? Make it so one of the characters is wounded, so you can only shoot so much, and then have the player just fend off endless amounts of enemies that spawn in continuously.
Yeah.
With a sniper rifle?
Yes.
How far away do they spawn?
A bit of ways, but they gang up on you real good.
Okay, so
Real good.
So the sniper rifle is not justified then.
No, it is for when they spawn in. Like when you first see them, they're far away enough for them to be only hit by a sniper rifle, but then they spawn in from like 3 directions. So you need to pick up a secondary primary weapon if that makes sense. But even if
Yeah.
you do, you will probably only use the freaking sniper rifle because at that point, who gives a shit? Because like it takes too much time to swap between the two so you can defend yourself from close range and long range.
I mean, with Call of Duty
Sorry.
sniper rifles, those are just plain useful at close range too. So
But yeah, it wasn't fun. I had to go through it like 5 times because they didn't put a freaking checkpoint between waves.
of course they didn't. The how's the rest of the game though? Because I think Modern Warfare is considered one of the absolute classics, isn't it?
I think so. It was alright.
Just all right. The
Yeah,
one that
I-
made Call of Duty into the world-conquering trend it was all right. I'm not trying to make fun of you there. I'm having a laugh at the reaction. Cause me personally, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty.
I've played 3 Call of Duty games actually. I've played through this one. I still have a copy of World at War Final Fronts for PS2, and I also played through the game that this game with, actually.
Was that Infinite Warfare?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think
So yeah,
I was looking over the video games I have the other day. I looked and I saw Infinite Warfare right there, and I honestly have no idea where I got Infinite Warfare from. That's probably the only case of a video game I own, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Because I didn't buy it, that's for sure. A video game appeared in my house.
Your house
Somebody
is haunted now.
Just somebody must have just left a copy on the sidewalk and I grabbed it or something. I don't know.
but yeah, so I played through that one as well, and
Oh, going from
Yeah.
the Call of Duty that is considered one of the absolute classics to one that's considered the absolute worst.
I liked it for what it was. I mean, that game had the most fun I had with dogfighting, so at least there's that.
Hang on. Infinite Warfare is considered the Call of Duty what you consider Odyssey to be to Assassin's Creed. Can I just point that out?
I can see it, yeah. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree because before that I had experience with World at War Final Fronts, and I actually need to say Final Front because there's a big difference between World at War and just Final Fronts.
Oh yeah. That weird, awkward transition between consoles. I don't get it when they do that, where they have a separate game that releases on the previous one. It just seems weird to me. Like how they did with Assassin's Creed, where Black Flag and Rogue both came out.
No, that was Unity and Rogue.
Unity and Rogue, right.
Did Black Flag not come out on the previous generation?
It did.
It
I
did.
thought they did.
And Rogue was effectively a sequel to Black Flag, right?
It was actually a prequel to Unity.
Wasn't it a prequel to both?
No, it was a sequel to Black Flag, prequel to Unity.
Right, because you kill Adewale in Rogue, don't you?
Yeah,
Right.
I remember I killed Adewale by blowing him up. It was fun.
Now, didn't Adewale get his own DLC in Black Flag where you could play as him?
It's actually a standalone DLC, but yeah. What was it called? Freedom Cry.
Freedom Cry, yes. I heard a lot about that one being good. Was it?
Yeah, I did too. I haven't played it yet.
Oh. Well, the one that's a spin-off of Black Flag, yeah, I figured you'd skip.
I always whenever it goes on sale, I just can't choose whether or not to actually buy it because I'm like, well, people say it's really good. I know Adewale was one of my favorite characters from the main campaign, and then I'm like, Black Flag,
I, so you've not played that one. Are there any other mainline Assassin's Creed stuff you haven't touched? Did you not play Liberation?
Yeah, Liberation.
Right.
And I think that's it. Well, aside from the obvious.
Oh, yeah. Did Unity not have a spin-off like Freedom Cry? I thought it did.
No, it did not. What it did have is Chronicles China. That was supposed to be a Season Pass exclusive, but then they gave away for money because they were like, well, shit.
Oh, you know what? I may be thinking of Syndicate as the spin-off of Unity.
Ah.
I don't know how accurate that is.
Not really.
Yeah, I guess not. They never went back to the Unity customization, did they?
Nope.
That's lame.
Yeah.
What else did you play this past week, Addy?
Let me think. Oh, right, I played Adventure Time, the Heroes of the Equinox. I don't freaking know the full name of the game. Let me check.
Oh man.
It is
I'm shocked you even downloaded it.
Adventure Time, Pirates of the Ancridion, I think, is how you pronounce that. I used to watch Adventure Time, so
I think we've all at least seen a couple episodes.
yeah.
What's a TV?
It's a CRT thing they sell at Kmart. You need to get a VCR to make it work, though.
So yeah, you can take two guesses as to who was my favorite character from the show. But yeah.
It was that one character from that one episode.
Yes,
From that one show.
It was.
I knew it.
How did you know it?
ESP.
PSP uses his ESP.
At least it's not DSP.
Yeah. Oh, we've joked about having Tommy Wiseau. Like, what would it be like to have Tommy Wiseau on the show? Could you imagine having DSP?
I don't even know the guy.
No, none of us do, obviously.
No. I mean, I don't even know what kind of person he is. People just joke about him.
Oh, the worst. Literally the worst. In every possible way. I'd be half amused just to have, like, a total shitbird on like that, just because we'd probably be making fun of him the entire time. Because he's a bad person, both a bad person and he sucks at video games. And he's really, 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 really dumb.
Yeah.
And it'd be okay for us to make fun of him because he's a bad person. As you do. I take the Punisher method in regards to comedy, you know?
I don't know. I'd say that I'm more of a Punisher to you. But yeah. Oh, the Adventure Time thing.
Jake.
No, actually, it wasn't. Marceline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going for Jake because I thought of him as similar to Danny DeVito, but Marceline works too.
Yeah, I liked her gimmick of eating the color red instead of blood.
The color red.
She literally sucks red out of things. It straight up turns them gray, right?
Yeah. No colors anymore.
Oh, damn it!
It's Addy and Terraria all over again.
You walked into that one.
Addie's Marceline is his favorite character because he plans on weaponizing her.
Yeah.
He's gonna like have her as a vacuum, sucking all the color out of everything. She's gonna end up morbidly obese on color.
She's gonna OD on color.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adventure Time, Pirates of the Ancridion, is Beppy's first AC4.
Oh my god.
With RPG.
Your favorite! Oh, that actively sounds like torture for you.
Yeah. Also, I can't quit watching Adventure Time after the second season. So I have no idea where the story is. I don't know who half of these characters are. I don't know why Jake. I don't know why Finn is missing one of his heads.
Oh yeah, he lost an arm. Shit got
And-
like I've not watched any Adventure Time past season 2 either, but I've at least bothered somewhat to keep up on the plot. Shit got real after season 2. Let me tell you.
So
Everybody's missing limbs now.
It turned into Metal Gear Solid 5.
But,
Jake's only got the one leg. He has to walk around on crutches.
Jake had an explosive planted into him.
No, Princess Bubblegum did.
Oh no!
Bubblegum got everywhere. It was real nasty. The janitors, it took forever.
Bubblegum, the Princess Bubblegum now has the ability Bob-omb.
Yeah. Instead of the diamond dogs, it's like the hard candy dogs or something. The candy cane dogs. Metal Gear Solid 5 is one of the easiest games in the world to make fun of, isn't it?
Yeah. So, for the gameplay, it has sailing. Yay.
Sword
It
fights.
also has
Your favorite.
It also has a weird money-based operating system like Yakuza.
Eat the money to gain power.
you unlock the essence of access for Marceline.
Essence of sailing mechanics. It's
Yeah.
just slowly sailing.
Essence of RPG.
And you're pirates too, so essence of alcoholism.
Essence of rum and scurvies.
Yeah. Essence of teeth falling out of your mouth.
Yeah.
The sense of sleeping on the wet floor because there's no bed.
Your heat move is to spit your teeth out at them.
Yeah. You shoot them out like a machine gun. I have been working on this move for the past 70 years, Sonny.
You only get to use it once.
Yeah. And then you die because they irritated your gums, and now you bleed out through your gums.
Yeah.
But yeah. It also has an RPG fight mechanic. It's turn-based. And,
How turn-based?
kind of like Pokemon is how I could describe it. It's speed-based, but for some reason I can't make Jake fast enough to not be the last one to go in every turn.
He's a bulldog. They take their time. Come on. They can't help it. We fucked up their genetics when we bred them.
But he's made of rubber.
Well, the rubber's pretty slow. You ever seen rubber? You ever seen rubber move on its own under its own will?
There needs to be a move where Finn just kicks him in the ass and he just goes ballistic, literally.
It's
But,
like a
yeah.
fastball special, but different.
Yeah. So there's that. It has a mechanic where instead of your run-of-the-mill usual freaking ability points, instead of those, you have a certain amount of ability points that you start the game or the the battle off with, and then the more rounds pass, the more points you get. So it's kind of like Hearthstone in a way.
So, I assume you spend these points to use different moves, right?
Yeah, you spend them to use special moves, and special moves can be things like, right after the start of the game, you get an ice sword for Finn, but you can't use it in normal gameplay. You have to summon that shit. So that's his special move. And the thing is, there's like, just judging because I haven't played through the game, I just started it, but judging from the number of slots, there's gonna be like 5 different manners of special moves for every character, because when you select special moves, then you select the meta of special move, and then you select the special move.
Okay.
And there's three or four special moves for each meta, basically.
Okay. Yeah, this sounds like a turn-based RPG. All right.
Yeah, so there's that. There's just randomly money scattered everywhere that you need to beat the shit out of to get everywhere.
Hang on. You need to beat up the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't beat up the money. You beat up the stone and marshmallow that the money's encased in. But yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes a bit more sense.
So that the game also has a party system, sort of. Well, turn-based RPG, whatever, where you can switch between the ruler. Kind of works, yeah, sure, whatever. Let's go with it. Where you can switch between the leader. You can switch between the person of the leader. So say you find a chest. The chest is locked with a big chain. Only Marceline can break that chain, so you need to switch to Marceline to break it. And shit like that.
Okay.
Aside from these, the things that I saw that was interesting is that there every time you go to a new place, there will probably be a person that you'll need to interrogate. And so there's this interrogation mechanic
and then there's a waterboarding minigame. You send them to Guantanamo.
Yeah.
At some point, you take a flashlight and shove it up their asses.
You don't need to send them to Guantanamo if every freaking piece of land is a bay now.
All right.
But yeah, these interrogation things are, well, minigames where you have to choose which is the most appropriate thing to say, but you only choose these by selecting bad or good cop for one of the characters, Finn or Jake. And that's about as interesting as it got so far.
Oh, the other party members can't get involved in the interrogations?
Not that I've seen, no.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. Aside from that, what else? Was it last week or this week that we played Smite together?
Oh,
It was actually this week.
Did we play Smite?
Or maybe
together?
not with Alex, but
No,
we
not with
definitely did.
Alex.
Okay, I was about
Yeah.
to say. Oh, I'm left out.
It's not by your choice. It's by yours.
It's not by my choice.
He doesn't have much choice in the matter, let's be honest.
It's not by my fucking choice. It's by my professor's choice.
I mean, he could choose to be a freaking stupid dumbass like us. But yeah.
The dumbest one of our trio is the one who is currently in college. Something is wrong here. Yeah. So what about Smite?
Yeah, we played Smite. I think the three of us played Smite, right?
Right.
Volcano? I think she's gone.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
no,
good.
I'm here.
No, we did it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my thing kept disconnecting.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
fun. But it actually seems to be an issue with freaking V Smite. I wanted to call it. Yeah, with the Switch Smite. Because today we also played Smite with Pink and we got annihilated by people. But there
Oh
was
my
also
goodness.
there was a match where one guy was not on the Xbox, so I'm gonna assume that he was on Nintendo, and
Right.
he kept disconnecting as well. So
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
it might just be an issue with the Switch client or something.
Could be.
Yeah.
Nintendo's always been pretty sketchy with their internet connectivity.
Probably why
Yeah.
they're teaming up with Microsoft.
To bring the Game Pass to Nintendo. Put Master Chief in Smash.
I tell you, that rumor is probably 100% false, but if there is ever a day where you can play Halo on a Nintendo console, I would just like to go back 20 years prior. Well, not, oh yeah, 20 years. It has been probably closer. It's closer to 20 years now. I guess 10 years, whatever. a time period back, go back 10 years and be like, hey, look at this. And then I'd punch myself for being a time traveler. Tell me your secrets, old man.
Give me those lottery numbers.
Yeah.
Tell me when Bethesda goes wrong.
It's
Tell me
already
when they ever
happened.
went right.
It's too late. The course is set.
And then it becomes a buddy cop movie about you and your past self taking down that Howard.
Yeah. And still the future refused to change.
War never changes.
Again, your accent is causing W and V to come together as one and the same. It doesn't sound like you're saying war. It sounds like you're saying vor.
That sounds the same to me. I heard no difference, genuinely. So
Okay, think of Waluigi. When you need to do a W, think of Waluigi. Wah!
War.
Wah! That was one of Mario, but whatever. War! War never changes.
Wah!
Perfect.
Anyway.
What were we talking about?
Smite! Yeah, Smite.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Jormungandr in action yet?
Yes. I was genuinely surprised that he's a guardian.
You looked at that and was like, oh, that's an assassin.
No, I looked at that and I was like, oh, that's obviously a mage.
Right.
He's the
'Cause
size
everybody
of
else
half
is a
the
mage.
fucking map.
That doesn't make him not a mage. He just makes him a big mage. A strong-boned mage, if you will.
A big boy mage.
Oh, Lordy Magician.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord. So I heard the crazy thing about him is that his ult is just an escape tool.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yes. It's this thing where how do I properly explain it? He turns enormous and then he can basically jump across the map like a sea serpent.
I've seen it in action. I've actually seen it used. He does he goes up and down. I definitely remember that.
Right.
And there's a proper way of saying that doesn't sound like an asshole saying it, but I can't think of it. He makes the proper world serpent shape, you know?
Right.
So I'm going to wager that despite the incredible things he can pull off, hunters absolutely melt him.
Yeah,
Probably I
he's
couldn't.
such a big target, and if you do one of the crowd control things that he's immune to, but it lowers his defenses, it's not always good time for Jormungandr.
I remember I was Uller today against Jormungandr. I couldn't get close to him because freaking he has good teammates, but whenever he was alone, oh boy.
It was good hunting.
Right.
Whenever he was alone. The dark ones better be worried, oh boy.
Yeah. Jormungandr, you ensured that Jormungandr would be falling down the staircase for the rest of the summer.
Yeah. And it was fitting because I was in my Worm Slayer outfit, so...
Oh, that is way too fitting. That's a big worm. We're gonna need a bigger bow.
We're gonna need a bigger worm.
Yeah. Oh man, could they even possibly go further than Jormungandr? I mean, they can't go further.
Galactus.
Galactus. What I mean is, could they make more like Jormungandr? Because like, who could they do that's also giant? Because I think of Ymir, and Ymir is already just kind of a regular size god.
Ymir is just May.
Ymir
Let's
was
bring in Atlas, and his ultimate is just dropping the sky on top of everything, so it dies.
No, Atlas is
Game over for
Atlas is-
everyone.
Atlas's ult is playing hacky sack.
with the Earth, so everyone just gets an earthquake. I was thinking, you know who would actually work? Oh damn it, he wouldn't work. If Kronos was not in the game, I would have said Cronus, the Titan, but the names are too similar. Why are their names so similar? I never got that.
I don't have an answer, or at least I don't think I do.
Yeah, our resident presiding Greek mythology expert, Pink, is dumbfounded.
What about the Norse like gigantic turtle that holds up the earth?
The Norse think it. I
Wasn't
knew
it the Norse
somebody thought it was a turtle, but I didn't know it was the Norse.
I think it was Norse, but I'm not sure.
For whatever reason, I thought it was China. I thought it was Chinese mythology that said it's on a turtle.
It might be. I don't freaking know.
I want to say it was Chinese, because I don't think anything holds up the earth in Norse mythology. Because in Norse mythology, you've got Yggdrasil, so that's a big world tree, and nothing's really holding that up.
It also has the world serpent, so...
Right.
I was about to say they could do the whole thing with, Oh, damn it. Okay, which is the Hindu god that used to be a baby, but now he's just a short guy?
I have no idea.
Vamana? I feel like I'm fucking up the name, and that's worse than fucking up the names of the mythological ones, because this is one that people still worship.
Vamana is Krillin.
The baby that turns giant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make the giant form bigger. Have a special animation for when giant Vamana hits Jormungandr, so that he suplexes Jormungandr.
Alright, so...
All the other gods have to just kind of work around it as those two have a big fucking kaiju fight.
So, here's what I found about the world turtle. It is also referred to as cosmic turtle or word-bearing turtle. It's a mythological figure from both Hindu and Chinese mythology.
Why did I just get sent a picture of a Karl Marx body pillow?
By whom?
My sister?
Well, you know.
I have to assume you don't send pictures of Karl Marx body pillows to your brother.
I don't.
Okay, just checking to make sure this isn't a universal thing.
Volcano sends Karl Marx to pink. Volcano sends Karl Marx to pink.
Yeah. It's just his corpse in a fucking bag.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But, yeah, so in India, it is known as Akupara, I think. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Or sometimes Chukwa.
You're probably doing better than than the rest of us would.
And in China, it is known as Ao.
Alright, well, there's the world turtle. We got the world serpent's rival right there.
And use them to prop up the sky after Gong Gong damaged Mount Buzu.
Okay.
Gong Gong.
Yeah. We need
Also
more world reptiles.
That's also the world elephant.
World elephant? Okay.
Yeah, they are
I'm on board.
The world elephants are mythical animals that appear in Hindu cosmology. The Amarakosha, there we go, lists the names of 8 male elephants bearing the world. They are Airava, Pundarika, Vamana, Kumunda, Anjana, Pushpadanta, Sarvabhauma, Supratika. There we go.
Now Greek mythology looks pretty lame for just having a regular guy carrying the earth. Come on.
I just want Blizzard. Basically, yeah. I just want Hi-Res to go all in on the Japanese mythology and just have random as freaking Onis in. Like, why cannot we play the freaking priest dude who morphed into a freaking demon that's just gigantic blue face?
That'd be an interesting Smite god. He doesn't have a body, he's just a floating face.
Yeah.
Be like if Smash let you play as Andross, right?
Precisely.
Ah.
Or you know what I want to play as in Smite? I want to play as the toilet ghost that drags you into the shitter if you answer wrong.
I've not heard of this story. I don't want context. Alright, so you guys played Smite. You got anything else to say about it?
Playing against people became really hard. All of a sudden.
It became really hard.
The rust is real, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I did spectacularly. It was just all my teammates, they just kept dying, and it's like, come on, guys, get it together now.
You hear that? Come on, Addy. You're
In
failing
the
big here.
In the last round, I got 2 kills. because Merlin and Jormungand are working together just shot me down. Then again, they also had freaking Zeus and like what's her face?
You were describing all of the AoE gods
Hera.
in Smite. I've not played
Who can-
Hera. I don't know about her.
Oh yeah, Hera. So it was basically just you can't be here, or here. You just need to be in spawn, and then you won't die.
Yep, there we go. I don't know. There have been some games where it's going so bad that you can't even stay alive and spawn.
Yeah.
Oh look, Agni's got orbital strikes. Okay.
Oh look, Agni.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck seeing a good Agni player ever, really. That Agni is one of the weirdest characters in Smite, and that his kit seems like on the surface he'd be really simple to play, and he's actually really difficult. Alright, did you play anything else, Addy?
I started on another playthrough of Batman Arkham
Alright.
on New Game Plus. I hate the New Game Plus so far.
So it amps up the difficulty, right?
Yeah.
And it also allows you to keep all your gadgets.
Yes.
Okay. So for one thing, I'd imagine there are several puzzles that are now much easier.
Yeah.
But how does it make it harder?
Immediately, once you spawn in as Batman, there are just armored people everywhere with guns.
Oh. So it just increases the availability of armor and weapons.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is why I don't like it.
That sounds like it would be an interesting challenge. I've never actually played through any of the Arkham games in New Game Plus. I should probably go back and do that at some point.
So yeah, aside from that, I don't think I've actually played. Oh right. I I started up Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed?
Yep.
Yep. Well, I think we can just go ahead and wrap it up right there before this starts.
Yeah. So
That is a full blown. That's like that bit in Captain America: Winter Soldier before the elevator fight starts. Before we begin, does anyone want to get out? All right, Addy, go.
oh what?
On the trash fire that is Werewolf Sonic, or Werehog. Excuse me.
I prefer it to normal Sonic because normal 3D Sonic gameplay sucks ass.
Well, yes, it does, but I don't see how this is an improvement.
It's not an improvement, but at least it's not as shit.
I
genuinely look forward to the freaking. I genuinely look forward to the Werehog parts because in the Werehog parts I don't have to deal with freaking Sonic Adventure camera again. And yeah, as for the Werehog parts, it's a ripoff of God of War.
For
But
what reason?
probably because God of War was popular around the time, I think. I don't know.
Right, but know your audience. I can't see the Sonic audience transitioning over to God of War.
My niece likes it. The hook parts.
Right, but from what I've heard about your niece loves gratuitous violence.
Yeah. We were because as a joke, I started sometimes in her comic books painting the people ghosts, and then she immediately started painting over their eyes black and made them cry blood. I didn't show her that,
Okay.
but yeah, that's my niece.
I'll choose to say that I'll blame you anyways and just say it's something from earlier, latent.
Earlier, what you cut out?
Whatever, fuck it, ignore it. Keep going. Let's get this over with.
Yeah. So, the worst part about this game is that you need to get these tokens to actually progress. And I've been stuck getting these tokens because they're hidden and you can't progress unless you find them.
Oh, it's a Banjo-Kazooie type, huh?
Yeah.
Huh, that doesn't seem like it would work for Sonic. Sonic is not an exploration game at all. Sonic is about get through the level as fast as possible and try not to lose your rings.
So yeah, if not for that, I would actually say that this game is alright for the various parts. Because 3D Sonic will never be good, I feel.
Dare I suggest that whoever has been in charge of the Sonic franchise for the last 20 years does not understand Sonic. Does not understand even the slightest bit of the Sonic franchise.
Possible.
As soon as we hit the 3D era, Sonic, I have no spirit for this discussion. I am gassed.
So yeah, also, I've been sitting on Apex Legends because I don't want to play it alone. I want to suffer it to be with other people.
Oh shit, that is something we should suffer through, isn't it?
Yeah, one game.
One game, and then I don't install it. And the great thing is, we'd record that one game. I guarantee you it would be us walking through a field, we all get sniped, there we go.
There's our finale.
It's 10 minutes of footage. It's like, hey, I found a gun in a house, and then death.
And yeah, I think that's it. So Pink, take it away.
Everything I did, I think, is just a rehash of what everyone else here mentioned. I have not seen Captain Marvel yet, so I'll have to duck out when you and Volcano discuss that. I've been playing Rainbow Six because they just released a new operation. I went ahead and got the season pass, and I'd have access to Mozzie and Gridlock. And right off the bat, I want to say Mozzie is a standout. He's got great guns. His utility is fantastic because you can use it both as an anchor or a roamer. And
as a roamer, would he not have a problem of, like, he'd have to sit down and take control of the drone?
Yes, you need to find a good place to hide in order to be on your drone. But he's not a situational operator. He can do anything, really.
I guess if you're a way away from where the room proper is, there's probably a couple hiding spots where people wouldn't notice you.
Yes. Typically, if you go out far enough and in a way that is kind of out of the way of the objective room, then you're safe for the most part, and you can get some easy flanks. Now, if people come in through that far off and away place, and yeah, you might be kind of screwed. Unless you can kill them as they're coming in.
Pink plays Mozzie exclusively on tower.
Exclusive. They keep sending me to tower and I hate it.
But you've come to learn it, haven't you?
Yes, I know it like the back of my hand.
Oh, what's this?
What?
But, yeah.
Is it tower?
Yeah.
That's what Addy's got on his side. The tower is forming into real life to torture us. Oh man,
Okay.
we just all look out our windows and we see towers growing in the town's
It's
windows.
it's a tower map, but it has the Eye of Sauron above it.
It's watching you.
With evil intentions.
So Volcano, you don't know tower. Be glad.
No.
But tower is a map in Rainbow Six Siege, and it's bad for everyone. Whether you're an attack or defense, there's just no good place to be. You will get shot.
Oh wow.
Tower is the map where your hopes and dreams go to die.
Tower
That
killed
does
my
not sound good.
tower killed my dog.
And that's why we've gone John Wick on it.
Oh.
We were just walking around inside the tower shooting at the walls. That's all we did.
we took Sledge in there and just let him go crazy.
We took Sledge to Hibana and Maestro.
We gave Sledge an extra hammer he dual wielded.
Yeah.
Ah. And as for Gridlock, how are her guns? Because I was about to assume because she's like she's big, right? Like she's one of the larger
Right.
characters.
She's one of, I want to say, three armor operators. I think it's only Montagna and Fuse that are 3 armor as well.
Freaking Glass.
Is Glass 3 armor?
I don't. Think
I
he
believe
is.
so.
He might be, but I don't think he is. He's definitely not a 3-speed. I can say that.
He's not 3 armor. He's 2 armor,
Alright.
2 speed.
Okay.
That I might have been thinking of the defense team on the Russian side,
Oh, Teutonica might be 3 armor.
and I think Kepkin is also 3 armor.
He is. Is
Yeah.
Yang not a 3 armor?
Ying is not. I want to say she's 2 and 2 as well.
Oh, Yang's
Yep.
defense, anyways, isn't she?
No,
Oh, Legion is the defense
Yeah.
Chinese character.
Legion is defense, and he's, I want to say, 2 armor, 2 speed as well.
Ah, okay. So I assume then Gridlock comes with an LMG?
She actually does not.
Huh.
It's... Oh, wait, yes, she does. I'm mistaken. It's like Capital's LMG, but with less ammunition in its capacity.
So does it suck?
Yes. Her F90 is the only weapon that I've been using on her, and it's not bad. There are definitely better guns to go with, though. So I feel like she's a more supportive operator. Which,
Isn't a huge
Kind of
surprise.
yeah, not a huge surprise. She does have good utilities on her. She's got access to smoke grenades and breach charges, in addition to her secondary shotgun. So, a lot of use you can get out of her, and like I've mentioned previously, her ability, the track things. The track stingers. They're good to cut off the hallways or entry points. But for the most part, I've not gotten as much use out of her as I have with Mozzie. Mozzie also has a far superior guns. So, just a tad disappointing with Gridlock. I would have liked to see her in a more powerful position, but it's not bad overall.
Yeah, I'm hearing the exact opposite of what I was expecting here, because a week ago, or was it a week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about them. And you were very clearly much bigger on Gridlock than you were on Mozzie.
Right. Like, if Gridlock had better guns, I would say she's in a good spot. But she doesn't. So, it's kind of hard to say right now. But I'm definitely leaning towards Mozzie as a standout of the operation.
So how likely is it, as Mozzie, that you will ever get a Twitch drone?
I've actually gotten one.
Oh my god.
Like, my first time playing Mozzie. It only had 1 Twitch left in it, but I got it, and I was proud.
Now, I wonder if you can use that to really fuck with the other team by getting rid of their breach charges and termites.
I've not been able to yet, but you absolutely can.
Ooh. That's a very very specific case, but a very good one when it does happen.
Yes.
Does anyone else have on the offense team have special drones other than Twitch?
No.
It's kind of surprising they never actually introduced other characters with special drones.
You would think they would have at this point, especially since we've got so many operators, and I imagine the idea pool out there is kind of fading now because we've got so many new operators coming that are basically redesigns of their previous operators, as we were discussing on this very podcast with the Vigil Legion, not Legion, Caveira type operator they've got coming out.
Yeah, and a lot of them are just like, okay, now this guy has a different kind of trap.
Right. This guy has a blitz, but he can throw it.
Yep.
They should have made Blackbeard's drone just be on RC, like pirate ship.
They can ram into other drones to destroy them.
It can also shoot people.
I heard it can shoot beards, so that was a very different. You can shoot beards onto the other offensive team members to make them stronger.
Yeah, and the beard. No, you can shoot beards on the defense team, but they have trackers in them.
Yeah. And I'm imagining like Valkyrie or someone with a beard now.
Caveira with a beard.
Caveira with a beard. Ah.
Can you imagine how the glorious Tachanka would look with a beard? It's like just plastered over his helmet.
Yeah.
No, it's on the turret.
On the turret. When you think about it, the turret's really manning Tachanka. Other than that, Pink.
Other than that, I did get to play Jormungandr. He's kind of weird as a guardian. He's very reliant on the rest of the team to do stuff so he can capitalize on it, which is the opposite of what a guardian should be doing. So I'm not a big fan of Jormungandr right now. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong with him, but I don't know. His kit's just a bit too weird for me to say with full confidence that, yes, he's actually a good guardian. Right now, it's no. There are far better guardians. If you want to go with the damaged guardian, it's like go Ganesh or Cerberus, but Jormungandr, don't touch him. Leave him alone.
Once I'll have enough money to actually buy him, I'm just gonna build him as a mage and we'll have another guardian. Why not?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It sounds like you should be comboing another guardian with Jormungandr.
Right.
Are there any guardians who have focuses on crowd control? I mean, multi-person crowd control?
Capri, I think.
He's got a little bit, but it's that small area of effect that's not really useful to get multiple people. You can maybe get one or two, but that's if they're standing really close together.
I can't even get one person with Capri Space Laser.
Right.
I was thinking Ares would be great for it. If Ares could pull them all into Jormungandr's big pools, that'd work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, is that about it?
I'm gonna say yes.
Alright, guess I'm up last then. I wrote it down for once, but I don't know where I wrote it down. Okay, I see it. Alright. I played a little bit of Injustice 2 for some reason. That game's still good, but I take a look at the gear system and PTSD kicks in. Because I tried to get all the epic level gear for all the characters, and boy, did that not work.
And you failed.
Yeah.
I don't even have to know how hard you tried or what, but I just know right off the bat, you probably failed.
Yeah.
Nobody got all the epic gear.
Yeah, and I just look at Mortal Kombat 11 where it's like, yeah, you just start with all the customizations unlocked, and I'm like, thank God. Some of the characters aren't so bad as I remember. I remember Cheetah being absolutely awful because she didn't have any specials she could meter burn for a bounce, right?
Right.
I forgot that she had a dive kick at all. And not only that, her dive kick can be meter burn for a bounce. And that instantly makes her a way better character as soon as you know that. She's still kind of bad, but I mean, before I would have said she was even worse than Captain Cold. After finding that out, she's better than Captain Cold. I didn't put that much time into it, though. I watched the movie Split, which was M. Night Shyamalan's sort of big comeback movie with James McAvoy playing a man who suffers from...
Playing everyone.
Yeah, playing... yeah, pretty much. He plays a man with multiple personality disorder who kidnaps kidnaps 3 young girls and refers to them as food.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case you weren't fully into the creepiness. So the big twist... Oh, I'm sorry?
Oh, I just said I've seen it, so yeah.
Oh, you have?
Anyway, continue. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
So...
Anyway, continue, sorry.
I was going to be apprehensive about spoiling the twist, then I realized, oh, right, the entire existence of Glass spoils Split's twist. So, Split early on builds... It's mostly a horror movie. The end twist is that it's actually a superhero movie. That James McAvoy's character, Kevin Wendell Crumb, his 24th personality is a supernatural beast called the Beast. That is bulletproof, has super strength, and eats people for some reason. And that is surprisingly graphic. But it does a very good... Like, James McAvoy does a great job on the acting department. There is one particular scene where one of the evil personalities that Kevin has is trying to imitate a good personality to try and make things look like they're okay. And there's an excellent acting moment where where somebody figures out that he's the evil personality and the jig is up, and he stops pretending to be the good personality. And the transition in body language, in facial expression, and like all the nonverbal communication of this character, it's like he switches to an entirely different person.
The meta communication.
And it's a really impressive acting job from James McAvoy. And M. Night Shyamalan has produced some train wrecks. Oh boy, has he. And I'm convinced M. Night Shyamalan needs to stick to, for one thing, doing his own thing and not adapting someone else's material. For another thing, he should stick to horror. Because he's really, really good at horror. He really is. But where he fails is, like, logic. He doesn't, he has these problems where he doesn't put 2 and 2 together, or he makes some stretches that no one else would think is reasonable. And with Sixth Sense, where it wasn't explained, where it's just, oh, it's supernatural. Or Unbreakable, where it wasn't explained, oh, it's just supernatural. It worked. He didn't bother to explain it, and somehow it worked. But all the times he's tried to explain what's going on in the movie, it works out very poorly. Because we had The Happening, which was the movie 10 years ago, where it's a horror movie where it's Mark Wahlberg, and suddenly everyone in the United States starts committing suicide for no reason. Well, the big thing, it's revealed that everybody's committing suicide because the trees have finally got sick of us abusing them, and so have deliberately started spreading pollen in the air that mind controls us to commit suicide. Now, any reasonable person would say that's complete and utter horseshit without any real scientific knowledge. But that's not a... M. Night Shyamalan, he suffers at making stuff reasonable for the audience. Split kind of suffers from a similar thing, where throughout the entire thing, they have, the psychologists and the scientists and everything go, oh, we're now thinking that because of the pseudo-psychological properties of how, You know how your brain can control your biology? Like, a person with multiple personality disorder may convince themselves that they're like a superpowered beast, and they actually would become a superpowered beast. Dun dun dun. And it's like, what? And it's always that one. At least I can see where M. Night Shyamalan saw like 2 or 3 news stories, and that's what inspired it. Because I feel like that's the kind of thing that M. Night Shyamalan at some point saw in one of those news stories of like, you know, a child gets run over by a car, and a soccer mom will lift up the car or whatever. Which those things aren't even real, are they? Aren't they total bullshit?
I have no idea.
No. Well, it depends on the thing that happens, but there's this thing in the human body where whenever something you love is endangered, then you might actually get temporary super strength. And this is most showcased in children, especially toddlers for some reason. Where if they're in danger of drowning or something, that the body just unleashes super strength to save itself or save the thing that is in danger.
Okay.
Which is how I think like sometimes toddlers have carried their in danger parents out of situations by dragging them, basically. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, I did not know about any of that. So this seems like a situation where M. Night Shyamalan read about that, and he was like, all right, what if like a multiple personality disorder guy like convinced himself that he was a supernatural beast, and so like he became bulletproof and ate people? And it's like, that's a little bit of a stretch.
Well, that's what he listened to Titanium by David Guetta.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. And I don't know, it just seems like it doesn't work. I mean, at the same time, this movie does not act like James McAvoy's character is a bad person for having multiple personality disorder. It makes it abundantly clear that out of his 24 personalities, 20 are absolutely good. 3 are, and out of the remaining 4, the Beast is absolutely evil. But the other 3 all just are morally bankrupt people in the way that realistic morally bankrupt people would be, you know? Because he's got one personality that's, like, super religious and worships the Beast, and that's their whole thing. And that's why they're evil. There's one that's a creepy guy and thinks that the Beast is necessary to protect Kevin. And that's what he does. And so, it feels like they're definitely trying to keep the guy sympathetic. They aren't trying, it isn't one of those things, it isn't, a Batman thing of, oh look, it's the mentally ill. And, that's it. I'll just stop the sentence there, because that somehow works. I could somehow see that dialogue just working in a Batman comic, Just Robin suddenly points off panel and is like, oh look, it's the mentally ill. But the horror is structured very well. There's pretty much no jump scares. M. Night Shyamalan is very good at structuring, structuring the horror so that it can be slow burn and it still freaks people out, which is something of a lost art, which is why people rely on jump scares so damn much. And the soundtrack was also on point regarding the horror. It was like a Silent Hill type soundtrack, where it's a lot of like unnerving sounds of machinery constantly going on at all times,
Mm-hmm.
And we still need to shoot Silent Hill.
We do. I've been thinking about that the other day. We should probably...
I still have it installed.
Yeah, we could probably slam out Silent Hill 2 over the course of this week. Of course, I'll be spending most of this weekend playing Devil May Cry 5, which, speaking of which, I played Devil May Cry 5. Guess what? It's really, 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 really good. I have finally got to the part where you play as Dante. Dante feels incredible. Nero has been made considerably more interesting in terms of gameplay, where now instead of the Buster arm, he has the various robotic arms, and they all do very, very different things.
Are you still locked into being Nero?
No. The first couple levels are as Nero, then the next couple levels are as V, then you flip between V and Nero for a little bit, and then there's a stretch as Dante. And I see Discord is freaking out and that half the shit I say isn't coming out.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, it goes Nero for a stretch, V for a stretch, both for a stretch, and then Dante, so far. But I'm at mission 12, so not finished the game yet. I have encountered one mission so far where you're able to switch to whichever character you like.
Ah.
V,
I don't like being forced to be Nero.
Well, the thing with Nero is the more hands you the more devil breakers you unlock, you'll find one that you like, right?
Yeah, and judging from the ones that were in the demo, I still don't like Nero.
Once you get the Buster Arm is something else entirely, because it's his command grab arm, and it's... I was full in on the Buster Arm when Nero started handing out power bombs and brain busters to demon knights.
You say that it's his command grab arm, and that I'm gonna love it, but I'm the rushdown guy of the team, not the command grab one. That's you.
Yeah. I mean, that was the electric hand. You've got to try the electric hand. You played the demo.
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
V is a very weird character. He takes some serious getting used to. Because he doesn't fight directly, because the only move he can do is swipe with his cane, and that is used to execute demons that are low on health. He does all of his damage through sending out a Shadow Panther named Shadow, and a little hawk named Griffin to fight for him. And the hawk can shoot lightning, and the panther can change shape and all that.
So the panther is Bayonetta, and
there's some Bayonettaism here, definitely. So, part of what makes him weird, like, you want to send the two out to fight, but you also want to keep V himself safe because he's very fragile and he can't actually fight on his own. But his dodge will cause Griffin and Shadow to both teleport to him. So you always got to be careful because you don't want to stop Griffin and Shadow while they're in the middle of doing something. And he has one of the funnier features, because he's the new character out of the three. And I've mentioned before how they kind of roll with the idea that Dante is rock and roll, Nero is punk rock, and V is goth, right?
yeah.
So V's thing is, he has a book of poetry with him. And you can just press a button to have V just read poetry in the middle of the fight.
Yes.
And it builds meter. So you want to be doing it as much as possible.
Yes. My slam poetry ways will be realized.
Yep. Because another thing about Devil May Cry is the banter with the boss. Dante, the part of the fun was that Dante's always trying to make it fun for himself, and he's always trying to play around with the boss. Nero's more insulting, because Nero isn't taught... Dante plays around for himself. Nero plays around to piss off the other guy. And now V's thing is that Griffin does a lot of the taunting, because Griffin, his little hawk helper... I don't know who his voice actor is. I need to look him up. He sounds like Nolan North, but he's doing a Danny DeVito voice.
The more I hear about V, the more I want to play V.
Yeah, I was about to say Danny DeVito bird, as if he wasn't addy enough.
Like, the thing with V is that I would just constantly wouldn't be able to play the game without just setting the guys out and then putting on freaking Snoop Dogg.
I'm looking it up right now, who the voice actor is for Griffin. But Griffin does a lot of the typical taunting, and then V, of course, being a goth, brings out his poetry book, and that's where his taunts come from. The story is the story is a lot of fun for someone who's been invested in the series for a long time, like me. I don't know what appeal it would have for people who are just getting in on DMC5. Other than... I will probably be talking more about DMC5 over the next coming weeks, because obviously I'm playing through it right now, so it's difficult for me to just form an opinion here.
Right.
Let's see.
And since you have it on PS4, I can actually try V out.
Yeah. V is one you do not want to be dealing with lag with. You want him to be as tight as possible. I played Smash Brothers and Mario Kart. That's
nice.
That's pretty much every week. Because ever since we got the Switch, that's just a regular tradition in our family now to play Smash and to play Mario Kart.
Understandable.
Good choices.
Absolutely.
We're now running into a problem, though, because my sister decided to look up all the good kart builds on Mario Kart. So she found out apparently Wario is the best character.
Really?
It's all the onion.
Yeah. And now she comes in last in every single race. She used to come in like first or second every race, and as soon as she got the pro builds, way in the back.
That's why I always.
Those pros lied to her.
That's why I always build how I want to build. Even if it's a shit build, I will know how to use it. So.
If it works,
You know
it
what
works.
I build?
And that's why I
You know
play
what
Raider.
I always built.
That's why I play Raider, Addy.
There aren't builds in freaking For Honor.
But he's my character. Like, it's along the same lines.
Not really.
And while I was waiting for Devil
Kind of is.
It kind of really
You're
is.
not building the character, but the character is basically pre-built.
I think all of our brains collectively went kaput there.
Kind of, yeah. Well, that's what I'm also getting ravaged in For Honor while we talk. So.
Are you playing Raider?
No.
You should be playing Raider. You'd do better if you played Raider.
If I played Raider, I would be dead 5 times by now.
Yeah.
Because Raider has nothing but the freaking unblockable skill and the bloody tap. The double tap.
Yeah. Well,
Just pulls out an AK. Pulls out an AK, shoots them.
And he has the guard break, which is... Does he probably have the best throw in the game?
Definitely, yeah.
I wasn't sure if there was, like, some hidden benefits to someone else's throw.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I guess Kensei has his that won't expend as much stamina, and it still gets a stun. But other than that, I put a little bit of time into Resident Evil 5 The Mercenaries. Because I hate Resident Evil 5, but The Mercenaries is fun. And, yeah, that's, I don't think any of you guys know what The Mercenaries is.
I have no idea.
Nope.
So The Mercenaries is kind of the fun party mode of Resident Evil, where you pick a character off the cast, and each character has a different starting setup of weapons, and they each have their own different moves that they do. And the idea
But
is...
can you shank Bomberman with Pyramid Head in it?
Close, but no cigar.
That I'm not interested.
Alright, well fuck me then. Alright, I guess we'll just move on to the Captain Marvel discussion. We'll just move on to Captain Marvel discussion then. Alright. By the way,
Right.
I have not watched Captain Marvel, but at the same time, I have no intention to, so I'm going to be sticking around for the spoiler discussion anyways, because I have been spoiled on most of the plot details anyways.
Well, I have not.
Right.
So I'll go
Right.
ahead and go find something to eat. Be right back.
Alright, bye Pink.
Alright. See you soon.
He muted himself, but the podcast is going to be over by the time he gets back.
There we go. I took care of it for him.
Alright.
I'll move him to a place where Volcano can't see him anymore.
Yeah. Alright, so... You know, Addie's gonna be sitting here, because Addie, I'm afraid you're gonna have to be spoiled on your favorite Marvel hero, Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Also, I don't give a shit about spoilers, so...
Spoilers.
Spoilers. I don't give a shit about spoilers. Bloody hell. But yeah, I don't give a shit about spoilers.
Oh, okay. So neither the two of you have seen it. I'm just making sure. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always the worst when it comes to explaining things, but I really enjoyed the movie because it had a well balance of humor and I guess seriousness. It was like the origin was very different from the comics.
Well, now they've changed the comics so that it is similar.
Oh, okay.
He-
So it's closer to the comics I haven't read then.
Yeah, we figured this origin thing was this weird half Kree origin thing was coming in because just out of the blue, 2 or 3 months ago, a Captain Marvel comic came out that was like, oh, turns out everything Carol knew about her life was wrong. She's actually half Kree.
Oh, I see. So then it is closer. Yeah. Uh, let's see. I'm like going through it again in my head, like, like, oh,
Flashback.
yeah. I feel like.
Cute, cute freaking Naruto flashback music.
Oh, shut up.
Every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You've got your once per episode Naruto reference in already, Addy. You don't need to double up.
But what was it? The Rhythm Heaven Fever got answered double up.
All right, Volcano, just keep going. Addy's having one of his days.
Okay. Let's see. They did a very good job adding in like the characters. Like I didn't hate anybody in the movie.
That's
I feel
always
like
an
some
achievement.
yeah. I feel like they didn't focus on enough of them though. Like the whole Star Force, we didn't see much of them. And then there was a few other characters that were like, oh, well, they didn't get so much screen time. But the scrolls were very enjoyable. I like them.
That's a good thing to hear about because personally, I've always enjoyed the scrolls better than the Kree, definitely.
Yes, yeah. I was like, yeah, the scrolls were good. Nice addition. Hoping to see them in the future.
Well, especially now that Fantastic Four is going to be involved.
I know, like, okay, this is perfect time to introduce them. Anyways, when you guys do see it, it's gonna be great when you see how Nick Fury loses his eye.
I've already been spoiled on how he does.
Okay, it's so funny to me. I was like,
I can't tell if it's lame or if it's amazing.
I was like sitting there like, cause I and a couple of my friends we had made a joke about that, and we were like, wouldn't it be funny if that happened? And then so in the theater when it happened, I was like, called it. It was crazy, and I was just like,
You
I
can
afterwards I was like, am I happy with this, or am I like, I kind of wish something cooler happened, but at the same time, it's extra funny because when they ask what happened, he doesn't say anything. They're like, because he just kind of keeps it like, I'll let you believe what you think you said, because he thinks that something really crazy happened, but nothing really did, and it's super funny.
say what happened. We're past the spoiler warning.
Oh yes, true. Oh, so you know the little cat, which is actually I forgot what they're called. They're an alien though. Goose. Anyways, he ends up clawing out Nick Fury's eye.
And that's how Nick Fury lost his eye.
But
Yes.
that's stupid.
Anyways, yeah. So later, Agent Coulson asks him, is it true that the Kree shot you in the eye? And he's like, I can neither confirm nor deny that. Anyway, so he just kind of like leaves it alone without actually saying anything, because it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. They had some good songs in there. Let's see.
Marvel's doing pretty well with their soundtracks overall.
Yes, yeah. I've been impressed. I'm like, oh, hey, I actually like this song.
That's rare in modern movies.
I know. It's like, I liked all the 90s, like, feel of the movie. Like, they had so many, when they're waiting for a computer to load. Because, yeah, that was funny. Blockbuster was in there.
Blockbuster was in there, right? It was in the
Yeah.
trailers.
And they've got
Yeah.
cloned.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where that's where the scroll headquarters is, isn't it?
I don't think so. I'm like, no. But that would be funny. Yeah. Let's see. There's some other stuff that did happen, but I'm like, oh. I did like the space sequences in there. They had some good CG, in my opinion. I know some people don't agree, but I thought it looked all right.
How
It
much
wasn't
time does she spend in the Mohawk helmet?
She probably spent about, I think, 3 minutes maybe, because she
Oh,
wasn't in it very much. It was a little disappointing because it looked really nice, but she didn't have it for very long.
I'm always
I
a
was
fan
going,
of the Mohawk helmet.
I was going to cut
Yeah.
you off and say that's enough, but apparently I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she spent more time without it on. Like she would click on her helmet and then she'd quickly click it off, and I was like, "Now wait a minute." Like only when she was out in space, because it's like it has like a oxygen thing attached to it. So, but then like at the end of the movie, she didn't even need it anymore. So I was like, "Oh,
Oh, which means we're not gonna see it in Endgame. Damn it.
probably not." Yeah, I was sitting there, I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Ah. That's comic book movies for you. The actors don't want to cover their faces up for marketing purposes.
Right. If I was doing that, I probably wouldn't take off the mask. I'm like, oh, I always have a big issue whenever they take off the mask. I'm like, why are you taking off your... Especially whenever Spider-Man's mask comes off. Now everybody knows your identity.
Spider-Man's pretty bad. I thought Daredevil was worse in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's even worse than taking the mask off. It's going back to the prototype.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be Daredevil. I'm gonna be Black Rags Man.
Yeah.
They're so.
I'm
a lot of
gonna
these-
go and beat up. I'm gonna go and beat up Macho Man.
that would have redeemed it. Half the stupid suggestions Addy pitches, I'm like, yeah. Half of them, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah. So, I heard two major plot details. One thing I heard is it turns out the Skrulls are the good guys.
Yes, that is true.
That is
It
a
was
shocker.
shocking. Yeah, I was like, that was shocking, but I didn't see it coming because I was like, what?
It's the
As you said,
Skrulls.
I know, I was like, oh. But then I was talking it over with my sister, and we were like, well, maybe it's just this half are good, and then there's still bad ones, and because
I think what happens is that in Endgame, we're gonna see Captain Hydra rise up.
oh my gosh.
If I see Captain Hydra in the Marvel movies, I will ask for a refund on all things I've ever bought from them.
I would be severely disappointed. That was a mistake in the comics.
Yes, it was. That's one of those things. I always remember the compilations people made of what if they had made similarly stupid choices with other comic book characters. And one was Batman saying, "I shot my parents."
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Batman actually shooting his parents.
Yes.
It's like, take the character at its roots, make the complete opposite, and then say that's the character. What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Spider-Man bit the spider.
Spider-Man.
Taking his powers.
Oh my gosh.
Iron Man, but he's not an alcoholic.
Oh,
Iron Man, but he's straight edge.
oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, I know, but it's just CM Punk.
Yeah. No, I'm sure
What
CM
else?
Punk thinks he's Iron Man.
Martian Hunter, but what he is right now, non-existent.
Yeah. Balanced, as all things should be.
What other big superhero is there? Superman, but communist. Oh wait.
Yeah. The other thing I heard about is they set up. I heard they set up Monica Rambeau in this movie.
They do.
Oh, I don't know if we should. Hang on. Addie, did you do that?
What?
Move pink?
No.
Well, now we gotta tiptoe around this. Like,
Let me fix that. There you go. Continue.
Okay.
get the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah, they do hint at that, and like they like kind of mention, and then like she's excited. Like, but we don't get to see it exactly, but they do set up the fact that yes, we're hinting at that this is her future. And so I was like, yes, we're gonna get her.
Which hopefully means we can get Brie Larson replaced as Captain Marvel.
Ha!
How did she do?
Yeah.
I've been really hesitant about her. She seems too tiny to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's still. I'm a little iffy, but I think she did a good job with what she had, and surprisingly, her character was a lot funnier than I expected. Like she cracked a few jokes, but it didn't feel like forced to me, at least. I think she did pretty good. She had good chemistry with Nick Fury as well. Like I like the duo. I would like to see that again.
That's what I've been hearing, that it's a lot of it is Carol and Fury buddy cops, right?
Yeah, it kind of is, and I think they did a good job with it.
Now I know that it was just a me, but when you said Nick Fury, Volcano, I heard Big Fury.
Oh,
That's his buddy cop name.
Big Fury.
Big Fury.
Yep.
That'd actually be awesome. That needs to be a superhero name. Now that you've come up with
Fury.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Big Fury is Zenyatta's supervillain.
All right. Is that about it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's enjoyable, so I do suggest watching it.
All right. Should one of us go get Pink?
Sure. Let me get him. Here's Pink. I did all I could.
Yeah, this seems like a problem. He,
Uh-oh.
For those of you sitting at home, Pink is currently deafened himself.
Oh, no.
So, Pink's physically here, but mentally he's not. So we'll say he's here for the finale.
Mentally, he's in the Bahamas.
Mentally, he's in the Bahamas. Mentally, he's in the tower. That's why he had to leave. He had to go deal with the tower sprouting up next to his house.
Oh.
That's one way to
Hey
get
there.
him. That's one
Hey,
way to
welcome
get him.
back.
It worked.
It did.
What happened?
He has been summoned.
I summoned you with the text-to-speech.
Okay. Alright, the Captain Marvel discussion is over. So we're just gonna have to go ahead and finish off the podcast. We can do the regular thing, unless anyone's got any better ideas. Like Addy, since he's always so insistent on fucking up my finales for each podcast. You gonna do this today, Addy?
Putting you on the spot, man.
There we go.
You know what?
That's what I was looking for.
You know what? Sure.
Roll with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can call that a podcast. Addy, say bye. All right. Well, you know what?
Bye.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, you didn't catch me mid-sentence this time. I eluded you. You have been trumped. No, wait, I can't say that word anymore, can I?
No.
Now it sounds like I'm saying something entirely different.
We put a ball around Daddy.
Specifically, Addy. He was just in his apartment. Like,
He's not summoned my freaking Ganesh's ring.
Emir's wall. We just summoned one of those.
Yeah. I mean, I did make that joke during Overwatch. So, do we want to record something now, or?
I technically haven't stopped the recording on the podcast, so So people will get a preview of what happens every time we stop the podcast. And I'm going to stop the recording right now. Bye!